Hello and welcome to this year's running of the GGR Indy Indy 250. We're here at Indianapolis, just halfway through practice here, and we got Chase Gibbons alongside here tonight. Chase, how you doing?
Good, Jay. Be glad to be back here in the booth. Can't thank everybody here on GGR TV enough. Can't thank Chris Designs for sponsoring this event. We got a fun one here tonight, something a little bit different than what we're used to here on GGR TV.
Yeah, for sure. It should be an exciting one. It's been phenomenal racing in these cars for years and years, and this race has also been very exciting to watch every time we've run it. And I'm glad to be back up here in the booth, putting on the show here tonight.
Indy's it's a marquee event, probably the most famous and probably best track in the world when it comes to racing. Winning here, I've done it in my career a couple times. Winning here sticks with you for your whole career. It's something that you can carry with you and say, well, like a bragging rights thing that you've won at Indy and kiss the bricks.
Yeah, for sure. And those famed bricks right here at the start and finish line. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys do out here tonight. It's saying these cars have a lot of draft. They punch a big hole in the air and they suck right up to each other. Should be interesting to see how they maneuver these things all night long.
Yeah, the IRO5 is probably one of the best cars in racing when it comes to oval racing, and open wheel racing. And in general, it's not a car you see a lot, but it's unique in its own.
We'll have a look at some of the cars out here on track. AJ Hyder, real good driver. He's 14th on the timing board right now.
We got money on the line two tonight, so these guys are going to be extra aggressive, especially coming down later in the runs. Winner will receive $50, second place $10, third place $5. So a little bit of payout for the podium. Pole winner will receive $10 tonight, and that's thanks to Chris Designs and Blake Walker, who have threw in some purse money for tonight.
Yeah, we got some shenanigans here on pit road. These guys getting some practice in. Of course, that reset button coming in handy for a lot of them here in practice.
Well, we got some time here, Jay. Let's talk down to our normal pit reporter, or in-race reporter here on GGR TV, Mr. Brad Sawinski. Brad, back in Indy here. You and me have raced here probably our whole career in Indy cars and everything. How do we put that 28 car into playing?
Yeah, man, I'm really excited for this. I remember I did the Pro Mazdas a couple years ago. It was my first ever race on iRacing, and we're just having an absolute blast doing it. And you know, it's all about survival in these races. You know, one little hit and you're done. Especially in these type of cars. You know, we used to race, mainly stock cars around here a couple times Indy cars. But most of the time, damage really wasn't a big issue in those races. But in this, one hit and you're done. You're watching out for that wall. I'm very excited because we already know the draft's going to be insane, and we're going to put on a show today.
I want to shout out a league we used to race way back in the day, Duracell IndyCar. I've won here in Duracell IndyCar, winning an Indy 500 here. How do we use that experience? Xbox was a wild time and a little bit long ago. How do you use that Xbox experience here in these Indy cars to translate here to iRacing?
I think the biggest thing is just knowing how to try to get into these corners right, because you get tight in these corners and you're going right towards that wall, and that's something you want to avoid. And I think that's going to be the big thing during with these cars. And I did a race in the actual real Indy cars, and it's very similar where you want dirty air is going to be such a big deal. It's insane how the draft is. You want the draft, but at the same time you don't want dirty air, and I think with Xbox, it's going to be somewhat similar, but like I said, in Xbox, you didn't have to worry about damage. You hit the wall, you're back to the field, and you're going back to the front. In these, you're done. So that's going to be something to watch out for.
All right, Brad, we appreciate you. We'll dial you up later in the race. Best of luck here in qualifying. Remember, qualifying is pole winner gets $10. As, we walk up and down here pit road. Let's see if we can grab another driver or two as practice continues.
Yeah, for sure. Always great to hear from some of the drivers and get an idea of what they're working with out here on the racetrack. Maybe if we had see what kind of fuel run we have out here tonight, as well as, oh, Luke Mahone in the wall? Or, no, that's Austin Graham. No, that's Luke Mahone in the wall. And, big practice crash right there.
Really?
Whole lot of cars involved in that one. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll bring it right back here on GGR TV. 10 minutes to go, just under 11 minutes to go here at practice. And then we'll move straight into qualifying, and then it'll be time for the big Indy 250.
How much more do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
What the is he talking about?
Heck yeah.
Game on, fellas. You guys are going down.
Oh, it's on now.
Let's do this. Are you guys sure you drive for a living? You guys ever played a video game before? Is that all you got?
Joey out of nowhere. Dude, did you just put it in the wall?
He's got me on the high side. Whoa, watch him low.
We're gone.
Dang, Joey, you're smoking today.
Just like Kyle's car. Thank you, cover boy.
And Joey's bringing the heat.
How are you so much better than us?
Hey, Kyle, is that NASCAR Heat Evolution?
Wait, who's playing the game then?
Eat my brake dust.
Pre-order now at NASCARheat.com. Rated E for everyone.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if he stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice, he could smell like he's me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell like. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamond. Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
We're back here on GGR TV. 8 minutes to go now in practice, and we're going to bring in a couple drivers here and discuss what's going to happen tonight in the race, starting with the driver of the 1 car, Hunter Collier. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Jay Mulder. How are you?
Fantastic. Just getting excited for this big race. Now, what's your kind of strategy going into tonight's event?
Don't crash. Just run well up front. No mistakes. It's hard to pass, so just stay up front the whole night.
Sounds good. Chase, you have anything you'd like to say to our driver?
Not a lot, Hunter. Just best of luck to you, buddy. Hopefully we can put that 1 car back in victory lane here and kiss the bricks.
All right, thank you, Chase. Thank you, Jay.
All right, Jay. I have came down to pit road here, and I've caught up with league owner and former winner Ethan Harrison. Ethan, how do we put that 77 car in victory lane tonight?
Well, this race is going to be a lot different than it has been in years past. I think this year it's going to be more about track position. I mean, it's always been about track position, but there seems to be a lot less draft this year's event. So I think qualifying is going to be a big role. So if you can qualify up front, and if it goes green, have some good pit stops, pit strategy, I think starting up front is going to be the name of the game in today's race.
Yeah, that's what Hunter just said, talking about how hard it is to pass. You kind of want to explain that compared to what it has been in years past here.
Yeah, well, normally these cars have a whole lot of like just draft, like suck up you can suck up to the car in front of you really easily, and pretty much it's just slingshot central. But I don't know what they've changed. If it's an iRacing thing, a track thing, a car thing, or some new damage model thing, whatever it is, the cars just don't have as much suck, and so we're not getting those runs that you're used to. I think the track, I don't know what it is, but we're just not going, it feels like, as fast. And so I think that's what's causing it. So it's just going to be a lot harder to pass. I think you still will be able to pass once with the whole package together. The draft will be there, but it's just not as big as it is right now, or it used to be.
All right, so hopefully we'll see some cars get some speed here, see the draft, because you got to think Indy's all about passing, especially in these IRL5s. These things are wicked around this place. So we'll let Ethan head back to his 77 team as we prep for qualifying here. Jay, you will make our pre-race picks here before qualifying. Who we think is going to win this thing?
Yeah, for sure. Looking up and down the timing board here, you gotta always look out for the regular suspects. Like Ethan Harrison, like we just talked to, he's always been good here. Hunter Collier as well. Those two guys will definitely be a threat towards the end of this thing if they can keep all four wheels on it. But I think tonight I'm going to go with the 01 of Ethan Workman. He's always, somehow, some way, up front at the end of these IndyCar races, and I believe he's the one that's going to get it done tonight.
Yep. The thing with Indy, man, is you never know who's going to win. It's like Daytona. It's like Talladega. You never really know exactly who's going to end up kissing the bricks tonight. And I'm going to take a shot in the dark. It's going to be a wild one. But I'm going to go with Brandon Thomas. I mean, he's got the IndyCar experience. He knows how to get around this place. He's came close to winning here in IndyCar leagues before. I think Brandon Thomas is going to end up kissing the bricks tonight and pulling off the upset here at GGR.
Yeah, for sure. Just getting down less than 4.5 minutes of practice left here, as these guys get the feel right and get ready to go. Crash there into turn one. These guys really have quite a handful out there. It doesn't look like much, but they're going 230 miles per hour, and they're right next to each other with a whole lot of air moving around, and it's going to get tight, and it's going to be tough to hang right behind someone all the way around the racetrack.
Yeah, especially with Ethan saying that the suck-up's not going to be as good as it is in years past. Tonight's race is going to be aggravating. It's going to be 100 laps of aggravation for these guys if they can't make passes and can't stay up behind the car behind them. If it's going to be all about dirty air, we're going to see some kippers flare early, especially with drivers mad at this race car, as well as probably mad at all the drivers as well.
Yeah, our field tonight, we're capped at 33 drivers. We're not looking like we'll reach that threshold tonight. However,
it's going to be a big field, nonetheless. Good turnout here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. We're looking at 26 drivers right now, and that's still with 8 minutes until registration closes after qualifying. We're seeing these cars get side by side around these corners. Connor Trafari on the inside and Ethan Harrison out the outside. You can kind of see these guys are trying to push a little bit too. There's a little bit of bump drafting going on out here.
They're kind of testing the waters of what tonight's going to be. The way Ethan was saying that this race is going to be completely different than what we've seen in the past, so it's going to be different for sure, especially for drivers that have raced this race before or drivers new to the series and new to the race.
And that front straightaway can be a very dangerous place to be, because that wall on the inside, matched with the wall on the outside, of course, makes it a very narrow section of track. And one car gets sideways, well, you're going to lose about half the width there. And honestly, we might see a big pileup or a parking lot down that front straightaway before this night's over.
Yeah, opening laps are really going to be crucial for this whole field. That big wreck starting pretty wide. It's Indy's treacherous. I mean, anywhere on this racetrack. Unique corners. You have short chutes on both sides of the racetrack. It's going to be a wild one for sure.
We have a wild wreck right there. Those guys crashed right down that front straightaway. And, that was almost a perfect barrel roll right there.
what I love about these IRL5s. These crash physics are wicked.
These guys making some final pack runs here with a minute and a half to go. We'll watch this pack as they take off to varying degrees of success. You know, that's one thing that I feel like we haven't seen very much, and I've seen several times now in practice here. It's the way these cars touch. They can jump off each other, and we're seeing that a lot. And normally, they just kind of bump each other, or you can get really unsettled when you touch the tires, but it seems like the model's changed a little bit, and they go flying when you touch.
Yeah, that's what Ethan was talking about. It's more of an iRacing thing than it is a driver thing. iRacing's pretty sure they changed the damage models on these things, so it's going to be a unique kind of feel to this race and what we've seen in years past. Whereas practice takes underneath a minute here as we get ready to go pole qualifying here for the Presented Designs Indy 250. Remember, pole winner does win $10, courtesy of CLD and Blake Walker.
Yeah, and that $10 bonus is going to have everyone up on the wheel in qualifying. Normally we see guys, you know, kind of sit out or wait out, try some different stuff, but tonight it's just going to be all about going for that pole award. And we got 20-some drivers that really want it.
That's a couple McChickens, Jay. You can't turn down that.
I'm more of a Wendy's guy myself, but it's a very good
that's
point.
That's good, too. We'll Chick-fil-A, get a good chicken sandwich, some nuggets for under $10. Anything, you buy anything with this $10 they're giving out. And once again, we can't thank Presented Designs and Blake Walker enough for throwing in some purse money for tonight. We get ready to qualify here.
Yeah, Ethan Harrison out here. He's going to make his first run.
Out. Beautiful 77 GGR livery. Kind of a wide line on exit here. See how Ethan does. Good turn 3 into turn 4. Keeps that thing glued on the bottom as he starts his first lap. Fly down this front stretch, reaching well above 200 miles an hour in these IRL5s. Sails it off into one. Good turn 2 here, off of 2.
It's right on board here. He's going to head down the back.
Losing the wall.
Have to wait and see where he ends up here. Let's go check out our in-race reporter, Brad Sawinski. He's putting his laps in.
Rally House, Indiana scheme. Caught all the teams from Indiana somewhere on that race car.
I tell you what, Indianapolis is just an amazing racetrack, an absolute palace of speed.
41.6 for Sawinski there. Oh, little wiggle off of turn 1 there. Ethan Workman. Driving the Dario Franchitti paint scheme. See where Workman's gonna end up. 41.608. flies down the back stretch. A little bumpy going into turn 3. Got into turn 3 really well. Through the short chute. Off of 4 for Workman's second lap. Does he better his first? He will, 41.602. I do believe we're doing 4-lap average, if I'm not mistaken here.
Yeah, it would appear that way, as no positions have been given out just yet, other than... Oh, we do have some guys getting positions.
It was Ryan Barone on pole, but now Ethan Harrison jumps up to the pole. 16 thousandths of a second over Barone. So Harrison looks like he's going to avoid his lap. Here's the 81 of Pierce Maffitt.
Sitting on pit road there on lap 4. Nick Short coming around to finish his 4-lap run.
Here's a car that you really need to watch. It's going to be Nick Short. I mean, this guy, you throw this guy in anything and he excels. Stock cars, road racing, really good, solid road course racer. I would put my money on Nick Short tonight as well. 41.578 from Nick.
Second on the board. Ethan Workman goes to the top. Luke Mahone finishing up his 4th lap here.
Austin Duran graphics paint scheme. See where the 34 ends up. I think it was Budimlik is going to go to the top. Maybe a little wiggle off of 4 there for Mahone.
Let's see what he gets at the line.
41.638 for Mahone.
12th on the board for the 34 machine.
This is still sitting on pit road. Brandon Thomas. Don't think he's going to make a lap.
It would appear everyone who wants to make laps has done so. As we look around, all these guys sitting on pit road right now. So
now we have Nicholas Budimlik in the 67 on pole. 23 thousandths of a second up over Ethan Workman. There we go. Nick Short, 400ths back. Hunter Collier, a little bit behind him. Ethan Harrison 5th. AJ Hyder 6th. Ryan Barone 7th. Brad Swinski, our in-race reporter, 8th. Stephen Maggio in the 18 will start 9th. Gabe Cazzola in the 87. 10th, Jason Marshall. 11th, Luke Mahone will start 12th. Ryan Kame, 13th. Justin Rott, 14th. Max Steinmeier is the slowest of the cars that have made a lap so far. Ryan Pierce Maffitt, Aiden Walker, Logan Hartman, Jonathan Maynard in the 45.
Qualifying winding up here. No cars.
That is the coolest name. That is the coolest name we will have on GGR TV. That is Slade Beast. A 45 car.
So we have no cars left on track other than Pierce Maffitt staying at the end of pit road, allowing the clock to tick.
It's like old Nicky B is going to end up with $10, courtesy of Chris Lilly Designs and Blake Walker for the pole.
And he's definitely got to be excited about that. He's been a strong contender over in the NASCAR side of things. Now here he is going to get the opportunity to lead them 3 abreast down that front straightaway to kick this thing off.
I mean, winning anything here at Indy Jays should be something to be proud of, no matter what it is. If it's go-karts, if it's the Indy 500, just winning here, no matter what it is prestigious.
As we finish up, let's have a look at our weather here today. And crucially, that wind speed blowing in the direction of the west-northwest, it moves around a little bit here, but that wind can really have an impact on how these cars handle the corners. These corners are pretty much 90 degrees right back into a short chute and then another 90 degree down along the straight, and you know, you can get tight, you can get loose, and we'll have to watch out for that as we can see it all the time. Guys get tight and they get up into that wall.
Yeah, you're looking at that wind speed. I'm looking at that temperature and track temp. 85 degrees here in Speedway, Indiana. We're going to be slipping and sliding. It's going to be a hot one. These cars are going to be all over the place when we go green. 122-degree track temp as we just passed noon here in Sim. It's going to be a hot one. We're going to tear through tires, and we're going to be all over the place when we get going.
So we see the cars getting ready to line up on the grid here. Let's have a look.
3 wide?
It will be a 3 wide start.
Here.
Sits them 2 wide, and then they'll form up into 3 wide. Let's have a look at our complete grid here. Nicholas Budemlick gets the pole and the $10 award. Ethan Workman and Nick Short will round out that first row. Second row will be Hunter Collier, Ethan Harrison, and AJ Hyder. Our third row, Ryan Barone, Brad Sawinski, and Steven Maggio. Fourth row will be Gabe Cazola, Jason Marshall, and Luke Mahone. And our fifth row will be Ryan Kame, Justin Rott, and Max Steinmeier.
No go, no go. Go on next
Sixth
time.
row, Connor Shafari, James Bomar, and Rivers Jones. Row 7, Brandon Thomas, Pierce Maffett, Logan Shore. Row 8, Jonathan Maynard, TJ Lear, and Ryan Doherty. And rounding our field will be the 45 of Slade Beast and Logan Hartman.
We line up 3 wide to get ready to go green. We're going to have action on every side of this racetrack this whole race. 4 turns. We're here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Speedway, Indiana. About 2.5 miles here as we race across the bricks for 100 laps tonight here in the Chris Lilly Designs Indy 250 here in the IR05 on GGR TV.
We're looking at total of 100 laps, 250 miles, and 27 cars on track.
42-lap fuel run, that's going to be an important number. I don't know if we can stretch it to halfway, try to make it a one-stop. I'm sure some drivers will try here. I mean, Indy's been a fuel mileage race for an Indy car multiple times, so we're going to see some different strategies when we get going green. But about a 40 to 42 lap pit window. As our pace car gets ready to roll off.
One more pace lap here as they form up.
Pace lights turn back on.
The famed yard of bricks is what these guys are all going after. The opportunity to lock lips with it.
It's gonna be a fight, gonna be a duel. We got money on the line, we got pride on the line tonight. It's hot, it's slick. These cars are tough to drive. It's gonna be a fun one here for you guys on GGR TV.
Yeah, we see that big pack of cars coming off turn 2. The fans are on their feet, and people all over the world watching live on YouTube. GGR TV, we're proud to bring this to you, and we hope you're on your feet as well. This will be an exciting one.
I'm on my feet, Jay. I'm excited to watch these cars fly off the one. It's gonna be wild for sure.
Really early in this race, you gotta protect yourself and protect your car. Gotta run all 100 laps to have any thought of winning come lap 100, so gonna want to keep that whole thing in one piece.
Yeah, that's what Hunter Collier talked about. It's gonna be survival. Surviving this race is half of it. Being fast is probably the other half. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a war of attrition. 100 laps around this place, pretty much at 230 miles an hour. These laps are gonna tick off quicker than what you think.
As they come off turn 4, that pace car is going to make that left turn. Flag in the hand.
Flag in hand.
Let's get this thing going.
Bring the noise, Jay.
Green flag.
This is the GGR Indy 250 underway.
We're green. Clean start for everybody as they get off into 1.
Caution.
like Buddha
Caution will
He
fly.
knows we already have a yellow. Make it onto the back stretch. Oh, we got a couple cars wadded up here.
Try and get to the bottom of what happened here, but our first caution of the day comes after turn number 1.
Looks like it's Luke Mahone and Brandon Thomas making contact here, going into 1.
Yeah, this is difficult place. Being 3 wide, already difficult.
Oh, yeah. Wiggle from the 4 shot him up into the 34. Tough break for both Thomas and Mahone. Not a lot of damage.
Oh, that left rear, though.
That left rear looks broke. The wing looks broke on the back end as well.
So, caution on lap 1. We'll re-rack the field once again, and it'll be a single file restart, I believe. That'll get us back underway. Our leader, right out of that, ends up being Ethan Workman. And our pole sitter, Nicholas Budimlik, fell to 3rd off that.
Tough start for the 67. I don't know if he spun the tires or just caught napping, but both Workman and Short was able to fly around him going off in the 1 before the yellow came out. As the lights on the pace car do appear to be off.
Not quite. There's still
Not
on.
quite. Still cleaning up the rubble from Luke Mahone.
Of course, Indianapolis, Indiana, the home of the Thunderdome and the Pat McAfee show. Great sports show.
Big Pat McAfee guy. Big Pat McAfee guy.
Huge Pat McAfee guy.
Also home to one of our GGR TV drivers, Quentin Haley, up the road in Winamac.
Yes, of course, Winamac, Indiana. Small town, Indiana, home of Quentin Haley.
Won here before in Zascar, winner of last year's Cup race.
And these Indy
on
cars,
GGR TV, I do believe.
These Indy cars and Quentin Haley also have quite the history on GGR TV. Unfortunately, Quentin is not with us tonight, either in the booth or in the race, but he's left a memorable impression on this series.
I'm sure the Haley Thanksgiving hasn't been the greatest thanks to these Indy cars, but we're glad to be back here at Indy as the pace lights should go off, and they do. We get ready to go back racing here on lap 5. Ethan Workman, Nick Short, Nicholas Budimlik, Ethan Harrison, AJ Hyder, your top 5, as they'll scream off single file instead of triple wide, going off into 1 this time to see if we can maybe reach it to the back stretch before that caution flag comes out.
You know what? I gotta give these guys some credit. They made it through turn 1 pretty clean, all things considered. They were 3x3x3, and only one minor incident, of course, knocking that left rear loose on Luke Mahone. But overall, pretty clean.
And they made it farther than I thought they would. So that's good to everybody in this field, that's for sure, as we get ready to go back green here.
It'll be single file restarts here, and controlling it will be Ethan Workman in the 01. See what he can do up front here. He's always a threat, and of course my pick to win tonight. Hopefully he can make something happen here.
My pick ended up in the wall, so I think you've got me beat so far, Jay. But yeah, Workman's going to be definitely one to watch. As
yeah,
that
for sure.
Car gets ready to make the hard left turn back on the pit road. We get ready to re-rack him and send him back off into 1. full throttle at full speed. Pace car is off. Ethan Workman, Nick Short, Nicholas
Green flag.
Budemlick. We go back green here at Indy. Dragging off into one as Workman gets away clean. Good restart from everybody as they go through the short shoot off the two. Down the back. Workman brings the field back to the bottom of the racetrack. Gonna see a lot of this tonight. Weaving back and forth, up and down the front stretch and the back stretch. And Short closing back up to the one car of Workman.
Rounding turn 4 here, and off of turn 4 we'll finish our first lap under green here on lap 5.
Aggressive block by Workman. Here comes Short to the outside. Harrison was able to get around Budemlick for third. Here comes the 77 as Short's going to look to take the long way around the 01 of Workman. Can't get it to
3 wide.
fit. Here comes Harrison, 3 wide.
Ethan Harrison with a big move up the middle, and he's going to have that outside lane getting down the backstretch, and he's got some help behind. See if he can get clear. Oh, 3 wide again.
Oh, and another aggressive move by Short. He looks 3 wide bottom
Harrison
there.
gets there. He'll take the lead.
Harrison to the lead. That 99, Nick Short is aggressive. He's probably going to be one of the most aggressive drivers we'll see on this YouTube channel. He can make moves and make them stick and make them work. And that 99 car is going to be all over the track all night tonight. He makes an aggressive block on AJ Hyder. As Ethan Harrison now looks to pull away from the field. Budemlick may have brushed the wall there in the 67.
These guys will come flying down the backstretch here, and you see them weaving left and right, up and down the track, trying to break that toe on the other drivers. And we got to move for the lead here. Nick Short, gonna take it.
Getting the elbows out on Harrison. Hyder's looking to follow the 99 through, but Nick Short's gonna take the lead off the score here.
And of course,
New
there's
leader's
always
99 and Nick Short.
There's always that element of fuel saving early in this race. We'll have to wait and see what these guys do. You got to think that they don't necessarily want to be the one guy leading all the laps right now.
Yeah, we're talking about maybe 38 to 42 laps to pit window. Maybe with a couple yellows, you might be able to pitch it out to 50. Kind of one stop this race, but it's looking like a 2-stop here. Here to make it to the end. As Workman looked underneath Hyder going back in line for third. As Nick Short's having some connection issues, but still leading this race.
AJ Hyder always finds a way to be up front, and here he is once again competing in the top 5 right now. Harrison gonna look to the inside.
Slingshot from the Ethans. Thing we didn't talk about tonight was really going to be important is getting off of turn 2 and getting off of turn 4.
Oh, there's a crash.
Caution, sorry, caution.
Can go down the back stretch as we do have the yellow.
Crash right there, and you saw it a little bit
Pierce
right there.
Maffitt and Brad Sawinski.
Our in-race reporter and Pierce Maffitt involved.
Tough break for Brad and for Pierce.
Let's bring up a replay here
come
and
back out.
gather up what we can about what happened. It almost looks like this might have started further up in the field. So we bring it back here. Swinsky gets tagged
a little bit
right
of net
there.
code.
All clean there though.
Don't know who it was that spun him. Swinsky on the brakes. Tried to gas it up to get out of the way. Heavy contact. I don't know who that was that went upside down. Pierce Maffitt finished him off there.
Believe, yeah, Jonathan Maynard was the guy sent upside down. Let's have a look at his onboard, see what he saw as he approaches this wreck. Slow it down here. But yeah, this is one of those tough parts. You get spin in the short shoot and they slide up the track, and yeah, just unfortunate. And he goes for a wild ride there. Unfortunately, that will likely put an end to his hopes. And a little look at the inside of the Indianapolis Superspeedway there for you as well.
Hate it for Brad. He obviously wasn't trying to come back across the track, trying to get out of the way of these guys. Maynard just had nowhere to go as an innocent bystander, and tough for him. Took a rough and wild ride here. Yeah, that 60 car looks toast.
And
here comes the
let's
field
have a
behind
look
him.
here.
We do have some strategy. Nick Short's going to stay out on track. AJ Hyder's going to stay out on track. And here comes Harrison, Workman, Budimlick. More drivers behind him coming down pit road.
And with that, Rivers Jones and Justin Rott, as well as Gabe Cazzola, move up in the field.
A lot of gas and go for these guys as Ethan Harrison's going to win the race off pit road in front of Ethan Workman. Nicholas Budimlick behind him as the rest of the field comes off pit road here. The other Austin Door and Graphics Designs car, I believe Brad Sawinski in the 28 is done in this race as well.
Not true. We are still trying to get in there.
How much damage you got, Brad?
We're still waiting for the tow truck to bring the car back around, but what it looked like there was going off of turn one there. Barone just kind of washed up into me and just spun me out, and I tried to hold the brakes, as you can see, and fortunately just got hit there. We're gonna try to see what we can fix and hopefully get back out there. Very unfortunate. Felt like we had some decent pace there, same with the main pack, and you know, the first time someone tries to make a move on us and they just dump us. So that's great. By the way, your fuel was a little bit off. I heard some rumors you're talking about trying to one-stop it. Yeah, you are not going to one-stop this race.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it did look a little bit neck Cody. So I don't know if Barone meant to turn you around, but it is unfortunate to spin you back up into the field. So.
I have been told that we got about 1 minute in required and about a minute in optional, so we'll see what we can fix.
We might be able to throw that 28 car back out there. As pace lights have went off, Nick Short looks to lead the field back to green.
And Hunter
We have a
Collier
car going around.
looks like, yeah, past the pace car there. Not sure if he's having issues or something like that, but nope, he just disappeared.
Might have alt F4'd it there.
Looks like Hunter Collier might be done from this race.
May have pulled the old alt F4. Old Mama Collier may have pulled the power cable too.
Get ready to go back to green here. Apologize for the connection issues with Nick Short. Cutting our cameras out right now.
Short, AJ Hyder, Gabe Cazzola, P3 in that 87 car.
Yeah, we got some unique faces getting up front here. The back half of the top 5. All guys we haven't seen up front yet with these guys, and those drivers that came down pit road for gas right there, they're going to have to work their way through a couple cars, and that's easier said than done here at Indianapolis.
Especially with what Ethan was talking about, how these cars don't have the suck up like they used to. Working your way through this field just got a whole lot harder than what you expect it to be. Rivers Jones P4, and P5 is Hunter Collier, but looks like he's pulled it off. Anyway, green flag back in hand, Nick Short, AJ Hyder, Gabe Cazzola.
Be ready, green flag.
Get ready to go back green here in Indy. Rocket down into 1 and 2 into the short chute. Good start for Nick to pull away. Puts a gap between him and Hyder. There's a serpentine up and down the backstretch. Short and Hyder, probably two of the best drivers I've raced against in my career, battling out here on TV as Hyder looks to close in on Short. A little bit closer there off the floor as his car span out.
Such a beautiful racetrack we have here at Indianapolis. So many great angles and great looks that you can get. And, I mean, even being a fan at the track, this is just a legendary place to be.
Oh, car on the wall. Another car on the wall. Down the racetrack. It's Nicholas, the pole sitter, Nicholas Budimlick.
Looks like he gathered it up. He'll move on just fine, but loses a bunch of spots right there.
I don't know how much damage that 67 is going to have.
Ethan Harrison has made no progress moving forward yet. He
Yeah,
still
talked about
sits
how hard
5th
it's
on
gonna be.
track.
How hard it is to pass here in these things. We got a battle for the lead. Hyder looks like he's caught up to the back bumper of Nick Short. He's all over the back bumper of Nick
Yeah,
Short.
move
He
to
looks
the
high.
outside.
Hyder and Short. Short's trying to make him go the long way around.
Caution.
Short has a lot of experience racing open wheel cars. We have another caution.
I can't see shit.
Oh, crash in the
Oh,
short shoot.
heavy
there.
damage. Don't know who that was, but it was heavy damage to whoever that was. Another
Heavy damage
more.
for the 86 of TJ Lear. That's definitely unfortunate. He was very excited to come out and compete tonight. And that right
More
front
carnage back here.
looks like possibly repairable, but could end
That
his
right
hopes
rear
of
is
winning.
locked up too. The 4 of Thomas in front of him.
We'll have a look at what all happened there in the short shoot between turns 1 and 2. Got a lot of cars in a tight spot here.
20 of Bomar, the 15 of Hartman.
Oh, gets in the back of
Hartman gets right
Bomar.
back
Oh
into the
my
O of
goodness.
Bomar.
Bomar goes flying.
Hartman flying. Quincy gets through it.
There's the 21 of Ryan Tame. He's looking like he'll have to tow that one back. Try and move it, but
Yeah, it was
spinning
vicious
there.
crash.
Let's back this up again and have another look at...
I'll tell you what, boys, what I was watching there coming into turn 1, I saw at least 3 cars in the air there. That was so scary.
That was... Sure, we got a Code Brown on the 28 car, Brad. That was wild from up here in the booth looking back at it. Tough break for Bomar. Yeah, these IR05s, you can't hit that back bumper pod. That's exactly what Hartman did. And, oh, heavy contact up into the wall.
Budimlik gets in there as well.
Budimlik.
Looks like he got
Ryan
away
Kame
clean on netcode, but
Ryan
also
Kame
involved
came
there.
right back on top of him.
Let's take one last look here at that crash.
See if we can get an onboard camera, Jay.
Well, we're going to have the best on board you might see all night long right here. Who likes going for flights? I do, when I'm meant
I'm sure
to.
your dad would love this view.
It's kind of...
Oh,
Holy smokes. And it looks like his engine's gone as well on that one.
I don't know if that was first class or continental, but that was a good flight for the 15 nonetheless. Yeah, he's toast.
Well, you know what they say. Any landing you walk away from is a good landing.
Tough break for both Hartman and Bomar. Bomar was working his way through the field.
Budimlik on pit
damage.
road. Some guys
Five
further
is
back
Jason
in the
Marshall.
field. So we work lap 17 of 100 under caution here. We're going to pause for a quick commercial break and we'll bring it right on back. This is GGR TV and the GGR Indy 250.
A broken heart, I can't help you. Rocket science, don't know what to tell you. I may not know how to get to the moon, but when I wanna fly, my crew knows what to do. Crank around the wheel in the left rear. You're only turning 9,000, need another gear. Never know how. Never know
So, I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy. Let's get you up to speed.
Lunchtime! Ready for some real heat?
Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner office. Lucky.
When you're part of Toyota Racing, you're part of something greater. Toyota, let's go places.
We're back live here from Indianapolis with the running of the GGR Indy 250. Just rounding out our last corner under caution here, and we'll be back to racing speed. Nick Short, your leader, AJ Hyder in second, Gabe Cazola third. And we're going to send him off into turn one all over again. Here we go. Nick Short takes off.
Nick Short gets away good. We've seen a lot of action here in the opening 20 laps or so. A couple of big crashes, a lot of big moves being made. Short leads them off to the one in the short seat. Him and Hyder really been the class of the field here once we got things kind of strung out.
Yeah, for sure. That 99 looks real dominant out here tonight. But how about Workman and Harrison? Seems like they've been stuck back there after they took that pit stop. Can't tell if Jones has a lot of speed or if it's really that hard to pass him here.
Yeah, when we interviewed Heath Harrison before the race, he's talking about how these things don't suck up like they used to, and how hard passing will be. We've seen them battle for the lead back and forth, the lead exchange back and forth, but we really haven't seen a driver make a lot of moves through the field. So that may be what Harrison was talking about. And he's been stuck in about 5th to 6th since he pitted a couple cautions ago. We'll see if that 77 can make his way back up to the lead. He's led a couple laps.
Yeah, and of course, it's always tough being that leader. You're kind of a sitting duck. You have no toe out front, but everyone behind you comes right up to your bumper. So, over time, generally everyone's going to chase, but if you're in the pack, everyone's in that draft, and it's tough to really make a difference unless you really do something.
And 30 here is going to be wild, especially deep in the field, as Short leads the field back down the front stretch, trying to hold off Hyder. These two has been going at it the last couple laps.
It really seems like Hyder is on the throttle right now. He wants to get out there and take that lead away.
AJ Hyder is known for winning.
Caution's out. Make sure you're getting yourself something to drink there, buddy.
Wreck. Number 1.
See if we can find what's going on here. Oh, big crash. Doherty in the 11.
Tough break for Ryan.
And it would appear these guys have damage as well. That's Hunter Collier and Luke Mahone.
Tough break for Mahone. He's been wadded up a couple of these yellows.
And big damage to the right rear of TJ Lear right there.
TJ just got all that damage fixed, and here he is involved in another incident.
And possibly the 5 of Jason Marshall involved as well.
We'll have to take a good old GGR TV replay back here to see what happened here.
You see the cars coming through turn 1. Those are leaders. Oh, one car on the wall right there. And there's where trouble began. And another car goes flying. Hunter Collier.
I don't know what happened to Dartery, but he got real swirly. That's really what started it.
All right, guys, I think what happened there was coming off going into turn 1, he was trying to go side by side with me, and I think he just got tight and he tried to lift out of it. Unfortunately, it ended bad for him.
We'll have a look here once again. And Doherty on the inside gets tight and
washed up.
Wow.
Tried his hardest not to wash up into Brad, and Luke Mahone just went right over his side pod. We've seen these cars get airborne all night tonight, and that's rough for Ryan. Got a wing stuck in his side pod there.
On the bright side, boys, Lucky Dog, the 28 car. 1 lap down.
That's our in-race reporter coming to you. Brad Sawinski back within 1 lap down, you said?
You know what the kids say, boys. Never back down, never give up. That 28 car is going to get back on this lead lap before too long.
There's Brad getting his lap back as he rounds turn 4 there. We'll go back up front. It looks like we've had some pit stops, and these guys up front, Nick Short and AJ Hyder both pitted. Nick Short now falling to 4th place, and AJ Hyder falling to 5th. So
Zola pitted with him in the 87, so you're gonna have some cars in front of him on a little bit older tires. Let's see, 4 of Brandon Thomas, as well as I don't know who that car is behind him.
That's the 93 Aiden Walker.
Aiden Walker.
Good looking car, in fact. A lot of good looking cars out here tonight.
Gonna have about maybe 4 cars in between Short and between Harrison and Hyder. So we'll see how aggressive Nick and AJ are gonna be to try to get back up to this lead. But Ethan Harrison, we talked about him trying to make his way through the field. Now he's got the best view of the race sitting behind that baseball.
We work lap 24 under caution here.
We pace car lights off. They
are.
Get ready to go back.
Going back green on lap 25.
Quarter of the way through this race. A lot of it spent behind that iRacing pace car, but we've seen some action. We've seen a lot of wild wrecks here in the first quarter of this race. As that appears to be maybe Luke. No, that is Jason Marshall getting back track.
And we're single filed up once again for this restart. Ethan Harrison going to lead some laps here, and we'll see what he can do to keep Workman behind him. We have 2 different schools of thought coming into play here. Nick Short and AJ Hyder further back, because they pitted off sequence with these guys. And these guys were stuck a little further back prior to this caution. Now they've moved up. We'll see what they got when they're up front leading the pack, and what Nick Short and AJ Hyder can do from being in the heart of the pack.
Yeah, bigger picture too. You got to think we're gonna have, 2 groups of guys on different fuel strategies. That plays out for them later in the race. So Ethan Harrison's gonna lead him off the wall, coming to this green. Remember, leader picks which lane he wants to start in. Harrison's gonna lead him off the wall as that pace car comes in. Green flag in hand.
Green flag.
Takes off.
He'll launch in. Oh, a little bit of contact further back there. Looks like they'll get away decently. 3 wide back there.
It looks like an ADP car or somebody. They fly off into one. Harrison gets away from Workman really well. He may have hit the grass there. I don't know if Workman's going to be able to capitalize on it. The short shoot here. Big run from the 01 here. Take our camera back and forth as they fly down the backstretch. Workman's closed up to the back of the 77. Does Workman make his move off into 4? No, he's going to tuck back in behind him.
Yeah, he's hanging right there.
Off of 4. Yeah,
and he's going to look to the outside.
Workman to the outside.
See what Harrison can do from the inside lane.
Thomas in the 4 playing defense on Aiden Walker. Here comes Thomas to join the battle. Oh, he may have brushed the wall there. 5-car battle now for the lead. Here comes Thomas.
Looking low on
Brandon Thomas now looks underneath Workman.
Oh, actually,
he's only the outside for Walker. Walker going to try the long way around Brandon Thomas. Not going to work. Short gets around Aiden quick.
And Nick Short moving up quickly here, and he's going to go for another. So that's Brandon Thomas he's taking now. And the battle for the lead heating up as Workman is right there.
Aggressive battles for the lead as the 2 Ethans go at it. Workman and Harrison as they go off into 1. Harrison got off better as Short's going to pass Thomas. That's for 3rd as he sets his sights on Workman and Harrison. And that 99 car had sliced his way through this field after this restart.
Let's ride on board with him and see what he sees up front. This battle for the lead going on. That's Ethan Workman and Ethan Harrison. These 2 are also very much grizzled veterans when it comes to the IndyCar racing, especially at Indianapolis.
Short's cutting in little by little. Good exit off the 4 here. He's going to be all over the back end of that 01 car as they come down the front stretch here. He's going to look high. Big power move from Short.
Workman defends well there.
I'm going to try the switch back. Going to cut back in. Walker gets underneath Thomas, and Pizzolo's going to follow him through. That's for 4th.
Yeah, nothing doing there for Short, and it seems like this is the first adversity he's really faced all night long here.
Yeah,
Had some trouble in the back, guys. The 86 car pancaked the wall out of turn 1.
Yeah, it's tough for TJ. He's had a long night for sure. That right side's had a long night for sure. The spaghettics are going to have a long night to shot tomorrow.
And the battle for the lead heating up. Nick Short has made a move, and he's looking for more. He's going for Harrison. He's got by Workman.
About a 4-car battle too. Aiden Walker joining this as well. Same with Gabe Pizzola. We haven't talked a lot about Aiden Walker tonight, but Walker's going to join this fight as Short and Harrison now go up and down the track. Harrison pulls a block. Through the short chute. Short's got him set up beautiful here. And 99's going to take the lead here off of 4. Harrison, defensive line. Here comes Short.
Let's see what he can do here on Harrison. We're losing him in and out, but he's not losing this, losing the car up front here. He's not losing the leader.
I've been hearing some complaints over the radio. They're saying that Nick Short might be blinking a little bit.
So we've had up in the booth here, Brad. You got to worry about net code, especially if you got a car blinking and how close these guys are running. You do not want to cause a big wreck up front because of connection issues.
Yeah.
Short is still all over the back of the 77 here.
All over the back of the 77 and all over the internet. Hanging there quite nicely there.
Sucks for Nick. He's probably one of the most talented drivers in the field here, no matter what he gets thrown in. He's got a lot of open wheel experience, obviously karting experience. He's definitely going to be one to watch here. Hopefully his internet here can iron itself out. Get some good racing here. Looks low underneath there.
Here he goes.
Here comes Nick. Pushed by Workman. Workman going to try to follow Short through as he take it 3 wide.
No, Nick Short bails
Harrison
out.
was strong on the outside.
And, you know, like you said, a very, very experienced driver, and he knows what he's doing. Gotta think that he sees 70 to go and wants to just lay back a little bit.
Yeah, but you gotta think, these guys are racers too. You want to lead this race, especially at Indy. You do not want to be second place when it comes to Indy. You want to be leading this thing. As Short now looks high, looks to go around the long way. Didn't have it there. Gonna try to switch back underneath Harrison. It's the closest he's been last couple laps. Short to give a run.
Oh, he is gonna be
Might
there.
have it here.
Oh, contact it looked like.
Oh, back down the track. Workman looked low.
Harrison
may have
defending
pinched
well.
The 99. Here comes Cazzola. Walker down to the outside of the 99.
This is getting interesting up front here as Aiden Walker rejoins the fold in the top
The elbows
5.
out. Aiden Walker, Ethan Workman, Gabe Cazzola, Brandon Thomas, AJ Hyder back to 7th.
That battle for 3rd heating up. Kind of becoming its own situation back there.
Really getting dicey between Walker and Workman.
Oh.
Contact. Oh, even lag. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Cazzola and Workman.
Meanwhile, Nick Short continues to tail right behind that 77 of Harrison. And
again, looking wide. I don't know if he's trying to pass there, or if he's just trying to force Harrison into a mistake. As a little bit of a lag there. We got really sideways in the short too, but he's all over the back of the 77. Here comes Short to the inside. Walker don't know where he wants to go. He's going to stay behind Harrison.
And in fact, that's going to cost Nick Short and help Aiden Walker. Aiden Walker going to look to the inside and challenge for the lead here.
Here comes the 93, Aiden Walker. Haven't talked a lot about him tonight, but he's been up here and he's worked his way through the field. As the 93 now is going to challenge Ethan Harrison. 2 Tennesseans going at it here on GGR TV.
This pack up front starting to tighten up significantly.
Hyder was able to get around top. Roan joins in 8th. We got about maybe an 8-car train here all racing for the lead here on lap 34 as Walker again looking high on Harrison.
Yeah, an 8-car pack here, led by Harrison and a boost by Ryan Barone.
Here comes Walker. It's the closest he's been.
And
side
he's going
by side
to
across
get
the
his
yard of
nose
bricks.
ahead.
Walker really things are really getting dicey up front as Walker. Can he clear the 77?
Oh, yeah.
He will. Aiden Walker to the lead.
Aiden Walker will lead him off of turn 2 and more contact further back in that group.
May have been Hyder that got into Workman there as Walker takes the lead. Short still trying to find his way around Workman as here comes Cazzola in the 87.
Workman, Cazzola, and Short all working for that third position there. They're bumper to bumper, or more so wing to wing.
Walker leading them up and down, back down the track, trying to break that toe. Is Harrison now on playing offense now instead of playing defense, trying to get the lead back from Walker.
And look at that right there. Ethan Harrison, talented driver, but also intelligent. He was getting his left side, that inside half a lane down to get more air on the nose through the corner, and that's going to benefit him. He's going to go for the lead into 3.
And we've talked about it all night. If you said it once, we said it 1,000 times. Dirty air. It's been a factor tonight. Gonna be rough on these cars.
Harrison will take the lead away. Nick Short trying to get back into it, and we're going to have our first instance of lap traffic, it looks like.
Back to Walker. Short all over the back bumper of Walker now. We got a 3-car breakaway back to Gabe Cazzola, his 4th side-by-side. Hyder and Workman for 5th as Thomas watches. Short continuing to blink in and out as Walker continues to keep looking underneath Harrison, trying to force him into a mistake.
Harrison looks very poised right now, holding that thing quite nicely, holding a pretty wheel out there. But Walker going to the inside. This lap traffic could create a problem for Harrison, and nearly does.
Car Luke Mahone almost sliced the nose off the 93. That was Luke Mahone I think he was trying to get out of the way. That thing is beat all to hell as they come off in turn 2 here. Walker still right up underneath the 77 as these 3 cars continue to battle.
He's going to have help from Nick Short. Ooh, that was close. Diving to the
really
inside.
Getting dicey. About maybe a second back is Gabe Cazzola in 4th. These cars have gapped the field maybe by about a second as they battle for the lead here. Harrison's now going to fall to 3rd after a big power move from Aiden Walker gives him the lead back as now he tries to block Short. This is great racing.
Yeah, this is incredible. Nick Short going to look to the inside on Harrison. Oh, netcode contact! And Harrison goes around.
Spun out. Really?
Talked about the 99 blinking. We said the threat of a net code happened, and that's exactly what happened. I don't know if the 99 meant to touch the 77 or if it was net code, but Nick's looked like he's got damage to that.
Oh, that right rear. Wow.
Tough break for Nick and for Ethan.
Both of these guys were running up front and have run well all night long to this point, and they come together all on netcode there.
That's a tough break. We said that was the risk with Nick running up front, blinking in and out. We were going to see a net code, and ultimately here on lap 40, that's what happened. Hard hit for Nick into the outside wall, too.
Yeah, Harrison managed to get away without making any contact outside of the netcode contact here. So he should be able to throw on some fresh tires and continue forward. Let's look at this and slow it down a little bit. You see Nick Short blinks out there and comes back, and that's where it happens. Let's watch the 77 of Harrison.
Oh,
but you see that wall contact.
Yeah, tough break for Nick. I mean, can't really put that on either drivers. That's a connection issue. And that's what sucks about iRacing when it comes to connection issues. It's all about the net code, and the 99 obviously didn't mean to hit the 77, but that's just the luck of the draw. Don't know if Harrison got damaged when he came back down into Short, but, everything on that 77 still looks intact. Oh, he almost gets hit.
Yeah, a lot of those drivers did a real good job of avoiding both those cars and keeping small incident from becoming a big one.
Tough break for Ethan, but that 77's not done. We still got a way to go here on GGR TV. You got to think Ethan Harrison's going to get his way back up to the front before the night's over.
He'll hit pit road as well many of the other drivers here. Let's see what we got.
Field. Walker, Cazzola, Hyder, Workman. Your top 4 coming into pit road.
Yeah, it looks like more or less the whole field pitting right here.
I think now's the time to take tires. Maybe the first time tonight you take tires.
Harrison gonna take his tires there after that incident. He should be good to continue just fine as the race off pit road looks like.
Gotta hope he just doesn't have floor damage from spinning.
Yeah, for sure. Race off pit road gonna be won by Gabe Cazzola there.
Cazzola, Walker, Barone's gonna jump a couple spots. He's gonna start 3rd.
Now looking at pit time, it looks like Cazzola and Barone did not take tires. And neither did Max Steinmeier or Rivers Jones. Everyone else took tires there. And then last in the top 10, Jason Marshall looks like he took fuel only. He's pitted 6 times tonight, though. He's got some damage.
Speaking of pitting a couple times tonight, TJ Lair in the 86 talked about how bad that right side's been. He looks like he's going to get the wave around and get back. Oh, no, never mind. They're corrected. He's going to come down pit road. Thought he was going to take the wave around there to get back in the lead lap, but he's going to bring that 86 car back down pit road as some other drivers look to come down as well. Luke Mahone is, I don't even know if you can call that a car anymore. It's more like a moving shitbox on wheels.
Yeah, that's definitely something back there.
Yeah.
Pace car lights
He's got more
will
of a
go out.
modified than he does an Indy car.
The 34 car got the lucky dog right as that caution came out, which prevented the 28 from getting back on the lead lap.
Tough break for Brad. I'm sure we're not done wrecking. That 28 car might be able to get back on the lead lap. As Gabe Cazzola is going to lead the field.
Let's have a look at Nick Short here, sitting 1 lap down at the moment behind the 28 Brad Swinski.
Yeah, rough rear end damage on the 99. I don't know how much that's going to affect him. That wing's all kind of bent.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what happens. He had a very fast car. If they can get that thing dialed back in, he'll be in a good spot. We know he has the talent.
Ethan Harrison's back in 11th. After spinning, don't know how much damage he has. Brandon Thomas 10th. He was up there. Workman, Budemlick, Steven Maggio, Rivers Jones, Max Steinmeier 10th through 5th. AJ Hyder 4th. Barone, Aiden Walker, and Gabe Cazzola takes you back up to the lead. So we got kind of a mix between cars we've seen up front and some cars we haven't seen and talked about tonight. So this restart's going to be interesting.
Well, Chase, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm in the mood for some Saturday night crank it up on this restart.
Oh man, let's hear that noise, Jay Mulder. Let's get loud.
So these guys get ready to go back to racing. We'll take you with GGR Crank It Up.
Green flag, green flag.
we have a crash there. No caution, but you saw it all as they got off turn number 4 right there.
Can't tell who that is from this angle. It's been on the
Oh, we got slow car as well. It's the 40 of Rivers Jones. He was one of the guys who did not take tires.
Tough break for Jones. He drove up into the top 5 in that Dan Weldon throwback. Tough break for River. Is that right front? Looks all kinds of shredded up.
Yeah, that green flag will stay out here. Let's have a look.
Another thing we saw was...
And it looks like it was Ryan Barone. Let's look at a GGR replay here and get another angle of that. Thankfully, the green flag stays out. And yes, it was Ryan Barone. See as they're coming through turn 4 here. He gets up.
Meyer. Oh, yeah.
Near that wall. Now we do have caution live. Barone spins around. We go back to live here. Under caution, we'll have to look and see what's happening. Our Collier with a lot of damage, but I believe that's all from earlier. Let's have another GGR replay and figure out what happened.
It happens in front of Collier. It's the 28 of Swinsky.
So we get a good look here. Brad Sawinski getting off into turn 1 on the outside. Of course, a little damage to that car as well.
One is inside.
Oh,
netcode again.
Well, they definitely made contact there, but
it may have been Marshall in the 5. It's who it looked like. It's either Marshall or Brandon Thomas running the Wix Filters car. Couldn't tell exactly who it was from that angle, but tough break for Brad. We talked about he's trying to get back on that lead lap from that incident from earlier.
And yeah, it was Jason Marshall getting into him there. They made contact. Unfortunately, netcode made it a lot worse, and looks like it knocked the wheel off of Brad Sawinski's car.
Tough break from Brad. The 28 team was really working hard to get back onto the lead lap. Well, while we were under replay, and then now under caution, I was going to talk about Aiden Walker's power move on the outside. He flew around the outside of the short chute to get around Gabe Pizzola. Looks like he got passed after that by AJ Hyder, as now the 24 car is leading here around halfway at Indy, as Nick Short's going to get back onto the lead lap here. As we go under yellow here, as Ryan Barone has joined our booth.
Yeah, unfortunately, our day is done a little earlier than I hoped. I should have taken tires there, but I just tried to push too hard to keep up with the guys on fresh tires, and I ran myself into the wall and got run over.
Grab you a chair, Barone. You could join me and Jay as Jay steps out of the booth. Hate to see it for you, but glad to have you up here on GGR TV as we get ready to go back racing on lap 50. Ryan, you want to give us some insight of how this car's been driving tonight?
Yeah, it's really strange, honestly. When you get up to about a second, 1.2 seconds, you can start to feel the draft, and you can kind of keep yourself there, and then you can drive up to about half a second. But as soon as you get underneath the guy's wing, where you expect the draft to be strongest, it's like it just cuts off, and you kind of stall out there. So in order to pass, you really just got to get a better run than the guy in front of you. Yeah. So it's very easy to drive defensively, because as long as you don't let the guy behind get a better run, you can stay in front.
Yeah, we interviewed Ethan Harrison before the race. He talked about the suck up and these things not being as good as what he said as they have been in the past. Is that the case here tonight, that you can't really drive up to the car in front of you?
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely. It's not like you can't feel it at all. When you get to a certain point, you can definitely tell that you're driving up on them. But once you get into the spot where you expect it to start really sucking, it doesn't.
Well, as pace car lights are off, AJ Hyder, Aiden Walker now looking to separate themselves from the field. They've been the two cars up front really since about lap 30, as Hyder looking to hold on to the lead here as we get to lap 50, halfway through the CLD Indy 250 here on GGR TV.
Well, guys, unfortunately, another incident for the 28 team. Once again, just another car that comes up, wash ups into me, and takes us out. We're back out on the track 2 laps down, but we're going to keep on fighting.
Well, that one looked way more neck-cody than the first one, Brad. So that you just been really unlucky when it comes to the side of neck-cody tonight.
Yeah, we were trying to let him go there. You know, we know he's on the lead lap. We're just trying to get back on the lead lap, hopefully for a caution. Unfortunately, we were the caution, so back to 2 down, and we're not going to give up. We'll probably be a little bit slower. I thought we had a shot there, but we'll be all right.
That 28 car's feeling like Sisyphus tonight as we get ready to go back green. AJ Hyder, Aiden Walker, Gabe Cazzola. Haven't talked a lot about Steven Maggio, that multicolored 18 car. He starts 4th. Ethan Workman and Ethan Harrison has worked his way back up to 6th as that pace car's off. Hyder's going to lead him off of 4. Early start. We're back green.
Yeah, he starts early, dives low, trying to break that draft, and it's going to move back up the track for the corner now. AJ Hyder going to lead some laps here as we work the halfway mark of the Indy 250.
125 miles down, 125 to go. It's been AJ Hyder and Aiden Walker for most here of the last couple laps, battling it out here as Walker looks to get back up underneath Hyder as they fan out for 3rd. Maggio looks underneath Workman.
You can see that intensity has picked up a little bit. These guys are really racing hard right now. And Harrison going to look to the inside Workman and follow Maggio right through. 3 wide.
3 wide. Tough for Cazzola. I don't know if he got loose in the middle of the corner or what, but he's going to lose multiple spots as the battle for the lead picks up between Walker and Hyder. 3 wide for these guys back here.
Yeah, it looks like that car on the outside that backed out.
Cazzola almost brushed up into the wall. Now Brandon Thomas passes him. Cazzola goes from 3rd to 7th, just like that.
The most passing you can get done is down kind of towards turn 3, because I don't know if you guys talked about it, but there's quite a good sizable tailwind down heading into turn 1, so you're really lifting out there. But 3 and 4 are totally flat out. So if you can time your lifts through turn 1 and 2 better and get a good run off on the backstretch, is the best place to make a pass.
You talked about that 5-mile-an-hour breeze going northwest earlier in the race.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a lot, but you feel it in the car.
Yeah, for sure. The wind at Indianapolis always seems to have a major impact, no matter how strong it is, just because you're flying so fast down in these corners, and it's so easy. It so easily can push you right up into the wall at any end of this racetrack.
Harrison now looks underneath, and Maggio's got a battle for the lead, continuing between Hyder and Walker. These two really duking it out. Things getting dicey here. AJ Hyder's been fighting with anybody out there. It was Nick Short earlier in the race, and now it's Aiden Walker.
And look at that breakaway. Nearly 2 seconds between these guys and the next.
Ethan's got a nice run on Steven Maggios. I'm not going to take it down to turn 1, though.
We've seen how aggressive
underneath him.
We've seen how aggressive that 77's been all night. Now he looks high in the 18.
Yeah, Ethan's been right underneath that 18 for a couple laps now. He really wants to get around. I think he's definitely faster.
He's getting impatient behind him, too, in the 01. Thomas in the 4, waiting in the wings behind these two.
He's got a really good run here. Might be just a little too early, though.
May have had to lift off the gas here. That 18's really holding up the 77 in the 01.
Yeah,
where does Harrison go? Looking high.
He's going to look low.
Here comes Harrison and Workman. Harrison looking low into 1.
Workman trying to keep them side by side there by pushing the outside, but it's not going to work. Harrison going to take that third position.
Right yeah, that's a really impressive pass for Ethan to be able to dive it in even deeper and not push up with the wind.
Yeah, Workman's going to get forward
on the outside of
well.
Workman here is Thomas trying to follow Workman through. This would put Thomas back up into the top 5. Involved in that first lap incident here. He's looked impressive. And I used my pick to win. Really was going for the underdog victory, but Brandon Thomas now looking to get back up into the top 5.
I think Maggio might have tapped the wall there on the exit.
He's fading back now. Harrison now sets his sights on Walker and Hyder as they continue to battle for the lead here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Back in line.
These guys are way up ahead. Those leaders way up ahead and actually separate a little bit from each other now too. Harrison. Oh, car in the wall. That's Workman.
Workman. Don't know if he brushed it a little bit, but it shot him back down the track. Here comes Thomas.
Double turn 2, hard.
Caution. Got anything to say about the car?
Out.
Big crash back here.
Jason Marshall.
Jason Marshall and the 76 of Justin Rott. Those guys are destroyed, especially that 76 machine.
He's doing the wrong kinds of donuts here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to see there for that group. Let's have a replay look. We'll look at what happened to Workman, and then we'll have a look at the crash over in turn 2.
I was just looking. That's an amazing save by Ethan Workman. I don't know how he saved that race car. Usually once you get sideways here, you're going around.
Well, I'm thankful he did, because he was my pick to win the night, so hopefully he can stay in it and contend. Let's have a look here. Getting off of turn 2.
If he may have brushed the curb a little bit, or if he was trying to... Oh, he did brush the wall. Oh, that back in kick out.
He did more than brush it.
Yeah, great save from Workman. I thought he was definitely spinning back up into the field. That back end really kicked out.
He's got
chaos ensues behind him. Rott, down into the wall.
Let's back this up here and get a proper look. From up above, GGR blimp here.
Tough break for Rott. He's trying to get around the
leaders are pitting.
Lear. Oh, tough break for him and Marshall.
Yeah, hard hit on the inside.
Heavy damage for both of them.
I think the whole lead pack's coming to pit road this time.
Let's have a look up front now.
Interesting to see who takes tires if anyone decides not to.
We saw different strategies. Last pit stop, people taking tires, people taking gas only.
Hyder overshot his stall a little bit, so did Ethan.
Same with Harrison. The 93 going to be the first car out. Steven Maggio looks to be the second. At 18, he's going to come off second. Harrison third. The pole sitter Nicholas Budimlik, we haven't really talked much about him since the start of the race. Looks like he's going to come out fourth.
Yeah, we've had a real changing up front here with who's that? That's 99 of Nick Short. He's back in the top 5 right there. That's huge.
He's got that. Yeah, he's got heavy damage on the back end. I don't know how that's going to affect him back up here in the lead draft. Hyder's behind him, then Ethan Workman. We're just going to see if that 99 can get back up to the front. I think Nick Short's going to be aggressive. But I don't know how that back wing's going to help him.
Well, and for the sake of everyone on track and everyone watching, we really hope he can get back up front there, because the battle between him and Hyder was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, him, Hyder, and Harrison were putting on a show early on in the race.
Gabe Cazzola drops back to 9th there.
Tough break for Thomas. He was 5th, going to come out 11th.
And we look up ahead here. Oh no, those guys are lap traffic. They're going to get their wave around. That's
Luke Mahone and Brad Swinsky, from what it looked like.
Not going, called off.
And they've called off the start here, so we'll have an extra lap under caution. Oh, got a spinner down there.
Hunter Collier.
Talk about a rough go of things. He is not had.
Hunter Collier's not had a fun night here at Indy. What happened? Oh, he's a throttle may have hung.
Have a look at this.
That's what it looked like. The throttle may have hung here on the one car.
Yeah, that thing looks like it has a mind of its own right now.
Sleep at the wheel, maybe.
And honestly, with the night he's had, I'd probably be just about asleep at the wheel too. He's 12th right now. He's hanging around, but that thing is destroyed.
Yeah, I think his favorite turn of the night was the one he turned into the garage.
So we get ready to take the green flag once again. Aiden Walker, kind of a dark horse. Not sure I totally expected him to be contending up front here. But here he is, and he's led a lot of laps tonight.
Yeah, Aiden's got a load of talent, man. He's quick, he's fast. We've seen him on the cup side of things take a checker flag, and here he is leading at Indy as he brings him back down the field as we go green.
TJ Lear out back.
Lear almost spun it deep in the field. It was the 86. Great breakaway from Walker as they fly off into one.
Walker gonna lead from Maggio and Harrison here. Harrison is working his way back up.
That was 3 wide for about 5th. Nick Short was the car in the middle, the banana colored looking car. Yeah, that back end's really affecting Nick in the draft. He's gonna lose several spots here. Cazzola, Thomas, Hyder all gonna get around the 99.
Budemlick in 4th.
Budemlick up into 4th.
And remember, he already took home that $10 pole bonus, so he's already happy with the night he's having.
Car around.
That's Aiden Walker.
Walker spins from the lead. Don't know if he had contact from Maggio, but that's tough for Aiden as he spins from the lead. As here comes Harrison to the lead. Harrison to Maggio.
And he's going to take it through turn 2.
Ethan Harrison from spinning, battling with Nick Short early in the race, back in the lead. Harrison regains the top spot here with 41 to go.
We'll have a quick replay here and have a look at what happened to our former leader in Aiden Walker getting off of turn 4.
I don't know, Maggio's nowhere near him. Does he brush the wall?
Getting around turn 4 here. And oh yeah, gets way up the track in the wall.
Got tight off of 4. Does he miss the pit wall? He does. Good to lock it down. Tough break for him though. He's 15, 16 seconds back behind the field, and he got those tires.
No major damage to that car, so he will live to fight another day out here. He's running, as he said, 16 seconds back from the leader, or from the next car in line.
Tough break for Aiden now. He's driving an uphill battle, pushing that boulder up the hill, trying to get back to the lead. Is Ethan Harrison now leading over Ethan Wharton in the 01. He's found a way around Maggio as Hyder in the 24 now looks to pass the multicolored 18 car. Here comes Hyder.
Hyder thinks better of it. He'll pull back in line and follow them around the corner. Let's go down to our in-race reporter, Brad Sawinski. What's the fuel run looking like, and when do you think guys will make their last stop for fuel?
Well, it looks like the fuel run's about 25 laps, so, you know, these guys who just pit, they're going to have about, you know, I'd say maybe about 20 laps left of gas here. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them do try to just pit early, pit on lap 25, and just try to go to the end. But maybe some drivers will try to go later, but definitely we'll see at least one more stop. Hard to tell, though. I know we stayed out there. We're going to have to pit here soon because we're trying to get one of our laps back. It'll be interesting to see what all these other leaders do.
That's awesome info. Thank you very much. His Workman has taken over the lead, and he leads from Harrison and Hyder. Workman, after that incredible save, we thought he was done for. His Hyder down looked to the inside Harrison. We thought Workman was done for, and in a matter of moments, he saved it and brought it right back. And here he is leading.
Turn 2, hard on the wall.
Good job, bud. Tell me what you got quickly.
Look at who that was. Is it Aiden Walker again? No, it looks like it's TJ Lear.
Nick Short potentially involved.
Back at what happened.
TJ Lear already on pit road, missing his left front wheel.
The left front's gone now. It was the right side early in the run for the 86. But take a look back at what happened here. Yeah, it's like it's 86 TJ. 2 laps down, 14th.
Here he is getting off at turn 2. 2 laps down.
Yeah, a little wiggle.
Oh, tags the wall there, and
ouch! Oh, hard hit.
He found about the worst possible place to make contact with a wall there.
Once again, guys, another car spinning in front of me, and the 28 will not get the lucky dog as the 34 gets it.
Tough break for Brad. That 28 car
It's right on board with
right
TJ
on board
Lear.
with TJ. Track. Oh, the front wings and parts flying off that car.
Well, and dangerous too. It bounced him right back onto the racetrack, and he took that thing
that 86
right to
car.
pit.
He's been in a couple incidents tonight, but I think this may be the one that does him in.
Ethan Workman hangs on to the lead right now. AJ Hyder in second.
Harrison to pit road.
I'll give third place to Gabe Gazzola there.
Gabe's had a strong run tonight. Really been up and back and up and through the field. Thomas up to fourth. Rivers Jones will be in fifth.
Yeah, that 40 car seems to be one that just won't go away tonight.
Good break for River. He was able to put that tire back onto the car. Don't know how much steering damage he will have, but River's back up into the top 5. Same with Thomas. Strong run from Brandon Thomas. He's up into fourth. That 4 car, despite wrecking on lap 1, it looks like it's clean for the most part. He's been making moves up here to get up to the front. To reach lap 65, laps continue to tick down. Been ticking down behind that iRacing pace car for most of it. But we have seen some crazy green flag runs. Ethan Workman leads here on GGR TV.
What I'll tell you what, guys. Now this fuel run, as I see, it is actually about 27, 26 laps. Now them pitting, they're still going to be less than 10 laps not good to the end. So under with all these yellows, could you possibly start saving enough fuel to make it to the end here?
That's a good insight, Brad. The thing is that I don't think we're done wrecking. So we're going to have some caution laps. Let's maybe save some fuel, maybe stretch it out here, because track position's really been key tonight. As the pace car lights look like they will go off as soon as we pass the yard of bricks. Only 11 cars here on the lead lap as Aiden Walker joins deep in the field. We do have some cars on track a lap down. Nick Short, Brad Swinski. We have about maybe 13 cars left on track. TJ Lear and Justin Rott on pit road. I believe both of their nights are done from their horrific crashes. We kind of dwindled down the field here. It doesn't mean that we're not going to see any more action, as the GGR Indy 250 has been wild for sure.
I was going to say, coming to 34 laps to go here, who would you guys pick? Gun to your head right here.
I picked Brandon Thomas to start the race. He's sitting fourth, so I don't want to give up on him right now. But I got to go with AJ Hyder.
I really like that 77. I think he's shown the ability to pass way quicker than other guys, and I think when he's on fresher or even tires, I think he's the fastest one out there.
Yeah, probably the most experience in these IR05s, and he's been really the show here tonight. But I got to go with AJ Hyder. I mean, you put this guy in any car and he's quick, so I'm going to go with the 24 and then maybe keep my pick with the upset pick of the 4-car Brandon Thomas to get it done here tonight. Jay, what about you?
Yeah, my pick from the go was the 01 of Workman, and he's been really strong tonight. He's been a tough customer, and I have to say, I mean, he is the leader right now. There's no reason for me to change my pick. I'm going to keep it right there, dialed in to Workman.
He's going to lead him to green off the wall as an iRacing pace car is going to come down pit road once again as we get ready to pass the yard of bricks. Under green, Ethan Workman, AJ Hyder, Gabe Cazzola. We're back green here at Indy.
Oh, and a spin.
Oh, car round. Steinmeier.
Kept it straight.
Into the inside wall.
Kept it straight, but hits the inside wall there.
Tough break for Mac to get off into 1 and 2. Yeah, Workman did a good job of stacking the field up. I don't know if Steinmeier had a problem getting through the gears and spun the tires go up, but he pancaked the left side of that 23 car.
So you start to fan out again and serpentine down that back straight 3 wide further back. It looks like that's Aiden Walker.
Walker, you got to think he's hungry to get back up to the front. He's mad from spinning from the lead. He was leading at Indy. Lost it off the 4. You got to think the 93 is going to be really aggressive getting back up through this field.
Yeah, and he's that fast.
Same with the 77 in front of him. Harrison now trying to get around Rivers. Jones in the 40. Good rebound from River. We saw that right in front of that 40 car bouncing up and down. He's worked his way back up into fifth.
And a battle,
for the lead here. Hyder looking on the outside of Ethan Workman. Cazzola and Thomas waiting in the wing.
Contact!
Ooh. Wow.
Hyder up the racetrack.
Out. Workman got the elbows out on Hyder. Both Cazzola and Thomas are going to fly around the 24. Hyder may lose the spot here to Ethan Harrison as well.
Yeah, as that happened, Ethan just got around the number 40, Jones.
Harrison now made quick work of Jones, now looking underneath Hyder. Don't know if the 24's got damage from that contact, but Hyder almost made contact with Ethan there. Really pitched him on the bottom. Hyder really being aggressive to hold on to the fourth spot here. We have lap traffic in front of the leaders. It's Luke Mahone once again. That spells trouble for our in-race supporter Brad Sawinski, who's trying to get back onto the lead lap as Mahone will fall into the lucky dog spot. Oh, almost Hyder almost washed up into him as Mahone was trying to get out of the lead.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a wild couple laps here for Hyder as we cross lap 69, and it's been some nice racing out here tonight.
It's been wild racing, that's for sure, Jay. As Thomas and Cazzola now look to get to Ethan Workman in the 01. Thomas all over the back of the 87. Here comes Thomas, looking low. Back up to the wall. Cazzola doing a good job of fending off that 4 car, but he's really losing ground in the 01. 3 tenths off of 4.
Laps winding down. We're going to reach 30 to go here, and more moves coming.
Here we go. Power move by Thomas to the inside. We've seen it all tonight. Maybe washed up into him. Really tight there. Almost washed up into the 87. Good from Cazzola to really stay in the gas there. Here comes Hyder, Workman, or Harrison, Jones, Walker, really bringing the field back together behind the 01 of Workman.
Yeah, 3 cars kind of ahead of that little bit of a second group connected by Harrison.
Hyder all over the back of Thomas.
On an island right now.
Oh, Walker almost nailed that pit wall getting around Stephen Maggio as he works underneath Jones. Walker up into the 6th spot. As
we push up on exit, Hyder's got to run.
Thomas and Cazzola continue to duke it out with Hyder waiting on these 2. Hyder now looks underneath the 4 of Thomas. Here it comes Hyder.
And he's going to have help.
Workman, or Harrison in the 77. Got my Ethans backwards. Here comes Harrison now looking underneath the 4. Thomas doing everything he can on the outside, but he's really a sit duck trying to pinch the 24 and the 77 down. Hyder through, clear of Thomas as here comes Harrison.
Brandon Thomas did about as good as a job as he could have there. He was put in a really tough spot and only lost 1 position right there.
Yeah, you're fitted off probably the fastest car in the field, AJ Hyder. That's really all you can do. He's getting freight trained as Harrison and Walker. Oh, he's in the wall.
Wow.
Tough break for Thomas there. He's going to get past again. Rivers, Jones, and Stephen Maggio might be able to get around him. Don't know.
Really big separation between the top 3 now.
Don't know if that 4's got damage on the right side as Cazzola is able to hold on to second. AJ Hyder moves up onto the podium with Harrison behind him. Really going to have to line up to get back up to Workman as it's about a 6-10 lead from the 01 back to the 87. Up and down we go, trying to break the toe as Ethan Workman continues to lead here at Indy over Gabe Cazzola in the 87.
Yeah, and let's say we look at that podium. 4th place pays out nothing. So these guys are trying to get on that podium. Of course, 3rd place, $5. 2nd place, $10. And most importantly, that 1st place finish will win you $50.
Workman's did everything again to break the draft. He went home to the apron there below the white line on the back stretch, trying to stay in front of this field here. As Hyder has caught up to the back bumper of Cazzola, as the 24 now is all over the back of the 87. Hyder looks high.
Walker gonna look to the inside. Harrison back there as well.
Well, Hyder tried the long way around Cazzola. Cazzola's going to slide up the block. Really going to ruin his run and lose
Cazzola's
time.
really struggling on exit right now.
That's where Hyder really needs to look to pass. We talked about how important off the 2 and off the 4 has been.
You try it around the outside.
Hyder going to try the long way around. He's got his wing in there.
Oh, Cazzola had to get out of it.
Cazzola had to jump out of the
And he's
throttle.
gonna
What
get
a
clear.
power move by Hyder. On the outside of the short chute, you take second.
Big run now for Walker behind.
Yeah, Walker cleared
now.
Harrison just a couple corners ago, and now he's hungry for more.
Second through 8th now is really kind of squished together here, as the 10th from Workman now to Hyder is about 7.5 tenths. So the 24's got some work. They reel in that 01 of Workman.
Gabe Cazzola's really struggling. He's pushing really tight on every corner exit.
Yeah, I don't know if the 87 took tires that last restart, because I think it's affected him here. He's going to lose a couple spots to Rivers Jones, and now Maggio now trying to get around him.
Yeah, he tries to fall in line there, but I think he hit the wall off the turn too as well. Getting tight, washing up.
Hyder now putting a gap in between him and Walker as Walker moves up into 3rd as Hyder continues to try and reel in Workman. May have brushed the wall there.
And
Workman's
look
doing
at that,
everything
Walker
he
going
can.
all the way down.
Workman's doing everything he can to try and serpentine this field to keep him out from his draft.
And we've spread out the top 5 a little bit here.
Wow, all the way down to the pit wall.
Yeah, guys come close to hitting that thing.
Yeah, they got so close to it there that on my end it actually net coded for AJ Hyder. It looked like he broke his left front for a second.
Yeah, it did.
Guys, Brad talked about this pit window being about 25 laps. So if we do get a yellow here, we might be able to stay or be in that fuel window for fuel to be out of the question here. You got to think these guys aren't going to make it to the end. So when do you pit if this race does go green?
Workman is being about as aggressive as anyone's been all day with the trying to break the toe. I don't know how much it really helps you here compared to how much you're scrubbing off speed, but he's really pushing it right now.
Yeah, Hyder and Walker have really been able to cut back into that lead. Hyder's cut in about 4 tenths since he's took 2nd place.
Yeah, this is quite the chess match here. What does Hyder do? What does Workman do? And then on top of all of that, like you said, Chase, pitting. What are they going to do when it comes to... Oh, through the grass right there for Workman. But what are they going to do when it comes to pitting? Do you want to get out of this... Get out of this group and pit, or continue forward and hang it out as long as possible?
Sorry to interrupt you there, Jay, but that costs Workman about 2 tenths. That's really going to bring him back to the wing of Hyder as AJ looks to be all over the back of the 01 as once again they swerve up and down the front stretch. It's got to be a little bit under 2 tenths as we go into 1. Workman's all over the place. He may have brushed the wall.
Yeah, tagged the wall there with the right rear.
Here comes AJ Hyder. Aiden Walker.
Workman is using every last inch of real estate here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Doing everything he can to keep that 24 behind him. As here comes AJ. Up to the back of the 01 is the closest he's been in about 10 laps.
Workman in the wall.
Workman
there.
up and into the wall.
Here comes Hyder. He's going to make the
Hyder
move.
looking hot. Workman's going to show him the wall. Really getting close. AJ almost brushed the wall.
Side by side, wheel
Workman's
to wheel.
pushing him up.
Pushed him up, getting the elbows out. Workman going to take a defensive line into 1. Was able to squeeze him out there. Workman holds on to the lead.
An incredible job by Workman. He keeps the lead and keeps them behind him, but Walker closed in significantly during that battle, and now it's a 3-horse race here.
On the radio, AJ Hyder not happy at Ethan Workman right now.
I wouldn't blame him. Workman almost took both of them out of the race.
Brushed the wall again almost, I think. Yeah, I think Ethan Workman knows that the only way he's going to keep AJ Hyder behind is by doing that for another 20 laps.
I don't know if AJ's going to be as patient as he was that time around. We've seen how aggressive at 24 is. If he gets a run at Workman, especially after Workman showed him the wall, he may not be so as lenient as letting him fall back.
Another big run for Hyder here.
Here we go. AJ all over the back of the 01 again. Going to try the long way around. This time Walker pushing him side by side into 3. Workman, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold him off.
To get out of it.
Had to jump out of the throttle. AJ Hyder to the lead. Here comes Walker trying to get around Workman as well.
And how about that? AJ Hyder back to the point. Walker going to tag the wall. Workman coming down pit road.
I don't know if he
may
made speed there.
He may have sped there. I don't know if he made pit road. A car behind him as well coming in.
That's Budimlik, the white car in the back. Let's have a look at this run into pit road here and see how he does. As Walker and Hyder are 2 horses now, way up ahead.
Yeah, he was way ahead at the line.
Rivers
I'm
Jones.
fucking 96 miles an hour at the line.
That's a penalty for Ethan Workman that may put him out of this race and out of contention.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting penalized here. He's sitting there.
Tough break.
AJ Hyder.
Here comes Hyder. One of the breaks.
Harrison as
well. Thomas almost ran over Harrison getting into pit road.
That was something right there. He locked him up and steered left, and they managed to keep it off of each other.
Good for Brandon not to run over the 77. That really would have fired up Ethan if that was the case. As here comes Walker now leading the race. He is yet to pit. Rippers Jones up into second. Gabe Cazzola and Steven Maggio looks to be the only cars that have yet to pit. Max Steinmeier, who wrecked on the restart there, is about 8 seconds behind. He is also yet to pit. Walker, here he comes.
Walker down pit road. Boom, like we'll get his lap back.
Cazzola. I think Steinmeier is going to try to make it another lap. Here comes Matt.
And caution comes out.
85, caution's out. Thomas.
Brandon Thomas must have spun getting off pit road there, and that is a huge victory for a few guys and a huge loss for some other ones.
Yeah, that's tough for Brandon there. Steven Maggio looks like he's gonna.
And what a break for Ethan Workman. He'll get the lucky dog, and the 28 will not.
Brad's been fighting that lucky dog spot all night. I don't know if he's ever gonna get it, man. It is though a good break for Workman, who got caught speeding into pit road there, battling for the lead.
Yeah, Workman has to be so excited about that. He'll live to fight another day, and he'll have a shot as we work 15 to go under caution. Let's have a look at the incident that brought out that caution. Jason Marshall getting off pit road.
It looks like the order when restarts is going to be Walker, Jones, Cazzola, then Hyder. So Hyder's got some work to do once again.
Was it Marshall that spun, or was it Thomas that spun? Hard to tell from there. Yeah, it was Thomas. Gassed it up. Trying to get in front of the 77 on exit here.
Yeah, we see Harrison leading him off, and maybe even a little... Oh, no, he gets in the grass there.
Grass. Yep, just lost it. Got back on the throttle, spun back up into the field. Tough break for Brandon.
Thankfully, no one crashed there. No big incident that could have taken someone out of the race, but unfortunate for Brandon Thomas right there. And apologies, I got that wrong on Jason Marshall. He had no part in that incident. Driving very similar cars.
Only thing that's hurt in that 4 cars is pride.
Maggio, of course, headed down pit road. And Aiden Walker will inherit the lead. Steinmeier as well coming down pit road. Workman going to get his lap back here, and he'll be back on the lead lap to compete.
So Luke Mahomes also maybe back on the lead lap.
Yeah, of course, that 34 machine very beat up.
Luke Mahomes had a long night. So does that 5 car of Jason Marshall. That rear wing is all kinds of bent. Brandon Thomas looks like he's also going to stay on the lead lap here. This does put Sawinski back into the free pass spot. Don't know if he's going to be able to hold it.
So let's take this opportunity and have a look at our race so far. We have 14 laps to go, and we've had 9 cautions for 22 laps, and 17 different lead changes here in this race.
It's been a wild one for sure, Jay. And we're not done yet. We got gonna go green with about 11 to 12 laps to go. So the action's only gonna heat up. Remember, $50 on the line for the winner of tonight's race.
Aiden Walker currently leading, and he leads from Rivers Jones, as well as Gabe Cazzola in 3rd, AJ Hyder 4th, and Ethan Harrison in 5th. And really, you look up and down this scoring pylon, any one of these guys could come out on top here.
I would say anybody other than maybe Luke Mahone. I don't know if that car's been at full speed.
Fair point. Very fair
lap
point.
1. But these cars are going to fly back around the pace car, going to line up at the rear end of the field. Aiden Walker will inherit the race lead behind the pace car, Rivers Jones. We haven't talked a lot about that 40 car other than the rebound, but man, Rivers has done a good job tonight here. Going to put his car second to try it to win this race here in the closing laps. Gabe as well. Gabe's also had a good run in that 87 car.
Yeah, these guys, Jones and Cazzola, haven't had any incidents that I can remember. But it seems like everyone else in this field has had an issue one way or another, and they've still managed to fight on through and get back up here at the end.
AJ Hyder, Ethan Harrison, pole sitter Nicholas Budumlik, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Stephen Maggio, Max Steinmeier. Don't know how much damage that 23 has to the side of his car from hitting that inside wall on the restart. Ethan Workman, who was able to serve his penalty, get back on the lead lap. Brandon Thomas, who brought out the last caution, who just spun around. I don't know if he has any damage. But then you have the heavily damaged 34 car, Luke Mahone. So it is really anybody's race here in the closing laps as we get ready to go back green here in Indy.
Well, this one's going to be a wild one all the way to the end, you gotta admit. Going to be 12 to go when we go back to green here. And Aiden Walker will have to start. We've seen him go early seemingly every time. Let's see what he does this time. And he does again. He goes right by that pit wall. He wants to get away quickly. Green flag back out and a spinner out back.
Jason Marshall.
Jason Marshall, a bad day gets worse. We'll see if a caution comes out.
Big green.
Walker leads him into 1. We're green right now. We'll have a look at that after the field spreads out. So they race off 2
3
here.
laps down, but took a hard nose dive into the inside wall. As here comes Hyder up on the outside of Cazzola.
Hyder's hungry and he's working every lane he can, trying to move forward. Got tight there though, had to back out.
Almost went up into the fence.
Hyder's got to be frustrated after pitting from the lead and having to work his way through the field once again.
If there's a car, or if there's an award giving out money for the cars, or the car that's passed the most cars, I believe it does go to the 24 to Hyder. I don't know how many times he sliced his way up through the field. As Rivers Jones now in second is really backing up Cazzola to the 24 as the 93 pulls away.
It's tight racing and 5 guys all going for all the money here. Getting off into 3. Harrison gonna join the fold, and it's a 4-way battle for second right now. Walker leading the way by half a second out front.
Yeah. If you're AJ or you're Ethan, you got to make quick work of Cazzola and Jones to get to Walker. I feel like Hyder and Ethan are probably the 2 quickest cars in tonight's race as they serpentine up down the front stretch because Jones doing everything he can to keep Cazzola behind him as Walker again takes a run at the 87.
If you're Aiden Walker, the only thing that you got to be thinking about right now is to hit your marks, not scrub the right front too much, and make sure there's life in it when you have to defend.
I wouldn't even look in your mirrors if you're the 93 car. I mean, you're pulling away. You're having chaos happen behind you. You just hit your mark, stay in front, and if they catch you, they catch you.
How about Budumlik? Sorry, that's Rivers Jones. He's making a little ground on Walker. Wheeled him into within 3 tenths.
Going back and forth, really trying to keep these faster cars of Cazzola, Hyder, and Harrison behind him. Doing a good job.
Let's watch the gap
Trying
here.
to go. At under 0.3 of a second. Rivers really trying to pull him
car in
in
the
here.
wall hard. That's
Car in the
brutal.
wall. Tough break for Nicky.
And he's
Yeah,
lost that right
front's
front. He manages to keep it straight, and he'll make it back to pit road here. Unfortunate break for
I'm sure
him.
he knows he's missing it.
Oh. Back up into the fence. Tough break for Nicky.
Hear more cars coming. Hopefully, yeah, he gets it
Oh,
down.
Ethan Harrison to the inside of AJ Hyder back up front. Ethan's going to take the spot. I don't know. Something must have happened to Hyder on exit. He got a terrible run.
They have brushed the wall or got too high.
Gonna
We've seen
clear
Hyder
him.
run that high line.
Oh, Ethan pushed it too hard, though.
Yeah, that wind,
There's
of
no
course, like you mentioned, making it difficult.
Yeah, that's just going to hurt them both. That's going to make it a 3-horse run.
Walker all the way down to the apron. Rivers Jones all over the back of Walker.
Yeah, that number 4 newsman is getting really big right now.
He's getting right up there
Rivers
behind
Jones
him.
has
And it's,
caught Walker. Pushed by Cazzola. Off of 4. Here we go. 7 laps to go when we reach the line.
and let's also
What do
think,
you want to do?
how many times have we seen one of these IndyCar races end with a crash between the leaders? And if it takes out both of them, I mean, Quentin Haley, the way he got his win at Gateway, a little while back here on GGR TV, but the way he got that win, he had to dodge some... Rivers Jones around!
Off the track. Off the track. Will the caution come out? He's off.
It's out.
Caution will
Going
come
on the
out.
track. Caution's out.
That changes a lot.
So it changes everything, Ryan. That's a
Now,
tough break for
if
Rivers.
you're Aiden Walker, this almost helps you because the way we've seen him scoot away on these restarts, he might be able to build up a big enough lead that they won't even be able to contest when we go back green.
I was going to say we're going to go back green with maybe about 3 to 4 laps to go. Tough break for River. He hit the wall off the 2 there and just lost it. But this is really good for Aiden. But he's got, only problem is he's got Cazzola, who has probably been one of the quicker cars, and Ethan Harrison and AJ Hyder behind him now. So it's going to bunch everything back up.
Let's have a look at a replay here and see what happened. Once again, tight racing up front. He was right on the rear end of Aiden Walker, trying to make a move or get him upset and get by, but unfortunately pushed it too hard here. So we see him get through turn number 2. And yeah, you can see him.
Gaining on him. Yep, just tried too much. Oh, that right front looks broke too on River. Just lost it. Tough break for him too.
Yeah, real
did
tough
such a
break.
good job of did a good job of rebounding and getting back up in position to win this race. Just pushed a little too hard, trying to get a little bit too much too quick and sent him around. '93 of Walker, leading Luke Mahone, who is going to steal the lucky dog again from
Actually,
Brad.
nope. Actually, nope. The 28 has officially been given the lucky dog.
And that will bring
I'd buy
Brad
a lottery
Sawinski
ticket, Brad.
back to the lead lap,
Only
our
took you
in-race
about-
reporter.
Only took you about 80 laps.
That's all right. We'll be on the lead lap for the final restart.
And the
Possibly.
reality is, the end of this thing could go any which way. As I was saying before the caution came out, Quentin Haley, when he won his race, won it by getting through some shenanigans at Gateway, And, you know, if 2, 3, maybe even 4 of the leaders all get together and crash, well, it would just put the guy in 5th up to the top step.
You gotta think, Quentin Haley wrecked his brother just for a simple win at Gateway. What would you do for $50? So, I mean, anything is possible with these guys.
Yeah. I'm worried that by the time they head down to turn 3 and even come back around and take the white flag, I think Aiden Walker's, if he can do what he's done the last couple times on these restarts and scoots away, I don't know if you can catch him in time.
Yeah, he's going to really have to make that back bumper wide, but he has been really good on restarts at getting away, going really early in that restart zone. So we'll just have to wait and see if that 93 can get away.
Alright, as the pace car lights remain on, we're going to have 1 to green when we get back around. It should be 3 to go when we get back. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back here for the restart.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day. Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup, it's okay if I don't want that Impossible or bacon Whopper, any Whopper my way. You rule your season today at BK. Have it your way. You rule.
How much more do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
What the is he talking about?
And we're back here on GGR TV with the GGR Indy 250 here. It's led by Aiden Walker from Gabe Cazzola and Ethan Harrison. So we're going to go back to green flag racing with 3 laps to go, $50 on the line, and money for all the podium positions as well. This is going to be a good one. Strap yourselves in.
Yep, gonna drop the gloves now. All bets are off. These guys are going to get their elbows out, and it's going to be wild.
And Brad Sawinski, of course, got the lucky dog under this caution. He moves into the lead lap, and he'll have an opportunity to contend for it as well. It's going to be about a
80 laps or so.
9-car race.
28 on back on the lead lap. Again, Walker going early in the zone, getting away. Oh, he may have got loose there, spun the tires. Cazzola all over the back of him. Really?
Yeah, he didn't quite get the jump he wanted to that he's gotten the last couple of times.
Expect everybody back up. I don't know if he had problems getting through the gears or if just cold tires on that 93. But the field's going to hound him coming down the back stretch here. Hyder and Harrison battle for third.
Way down the track.
Everything he can. Way down the track. That may have hurt him more than it did help him. Here comes Cazzola.
And look at that. Ethan Harrison moving up. He moves up to third past Hyder. He's going to have an opportunity to compete for this thing.
4 cars under a blanket. Cazzola looked underneath Walker.
Ethan missed
off
the bottom.
of 4. Harrison misses the bottom. Coming to 2 laps to go. Aiden Walker, Gabe Cazzola. Battle for
They're
the
side
win
by
here.
side now for the win.
Side
Here
by
they
side.
come.
Hyder looked underneath Harrison.
Big run for Cazzola, is it?
Cazzola's going to try the long way around. Walker's going to try to play defense.
Oh!
Cazzola's there. Pitch.
Oh,
Cazzola to the left.
contact!
Lots more contact
Oh,
there, and
Hyder
Hyder in trouble.
Hyder's around.
Caution's out.
Hyder goes
Hyder got the
around
caution,
and
but-
crashes
Caution
hard there.
out.
That was off the side pod of Ethan Workman. He got underneath the 24, and you got to think AJ Hyder's not going to be happy. Probably the fastest car in the field getting wrecked here with 3 laps to go.
AJ Hyder is going to have his day end miserably. That's very
Put that thing
unfortunate.
back on the truck. Tough break for AJ.
Let's get another look at what happened there between the 24 and the cars around him. He was kind of in a sandwich there with everyone else coming up from behind and from in front.
They were all under a blanket, Jay, trying to put their car in real estate they didn't have. I think Ethan Workman really got aggressive. He saw the stack up and sent that thing into 2. Yeah, Harrison backed up Hyder underneath Workman. Yeah, no room for Workman there. Broke the left rear of AJ, sending him into the fence.
Yeah, that's a tough way to end your day right there.
Especially after how quick the 24 car has been all night. Boys, we're handing out money tonight for the victory, but how about some free racing as we head into GGR overtime here on GGR TV?
Yeah, for sure here. It's going to say 3 laps to go. Going to get these guys wound up to go for overtime. Gabe Cazzola took the lead away from Aiden Walker, as we saw there. And Ethan Harrison back in the fold. He's going to have another opportunity at it.
You know, another thing that maybe wasn't mentioned here is some of those guys who may have accidentally put on auto fuel, could they be a little bit short because of these overtimes?
That's a great point.
Actually, I don't think these cars have auto fuel.
You'd be correct.
Well, we'll withdraw that as we cross the yard of bricks once again and send it off into overtime. We're officially past the scheduled distance, and this commences lap 101.
Yeah, I think if you're the 93, you've been leading this field for the last 20 laps or so, getting away on these restarts. Now you got to be on offense. How does Gazzola get away? Where does he go in this restart zone to try and take the lead and try to hold on to it here as we get into overtime?
Yeah, we have a look out the visor camera of all these guys, and it's quite something out here. How low you are to the ground and how close you are to the other cars. Literally could reach out and touch them.
I don't think we're done wrecking yet, Jay.
No, I don't think so
It's
either.
going to be a wild one.
We could get a repeat of what happened at Gateway, of course, without Quentin Haley, but with someone else in the story this time.
No, like what I said, that was just for a win at Gateway. What would you do for $50?
I don't know. I don't know what I would do for $50. I would definitely give it my all, and clearly that didn't work out so well for me the other night in Zascar, where I pushed it a little too hard and crashed myself.
It's all about the show, man. I ought to put on a show.
It should give us 1 to green right here. These stands are packed to the brim, and these fans have gotten the show they deserve.
10 cars on the lead lap here. AJ Hyder has took his 24 car to the garage. Don't think he's going to get that thing fixed in time. About 9 or so competitive cars. Both Sawinski and Mahone don't have front wings. The Rivers Jones in the 40 is the last car of the competitive cars, but he was the one that spun from second earlier. So don't know how much damage he
I'm really
has.
surprised that the 77 doesn't have any damage to the front end of it, because the last wreck all started with Ethan getting into the back of Aiden Walker, but it doesn't appear either of those cars have any visible damage.
I feel like all of these cars at least have some optional the way that tonight's gone, and how I feel like every car has had an incident so far tonight.
So we work our way down the backstretch behind that iRacing.com pace car. The lights are out, and we're going to take the green flag when we get back around here. This is going to be exciting. Who you got?
Aiden Walker has been aggressive. Ethan Harrison has made moves we haven't seen anybody been able to make tonight. We've seen how aggressive Ethan Workman's been, and they all line up behind Gabe Gazzola, who struggled holding cars off tonight. So it's gonna be a wild one. And if all these cars went up, you have Brandon Thomas, Max Steinmeier, Steven Maggio in the 18 behind it. Really, anybody in this about top 7 to top 8 has a chance at this win as we get ready to go back reading with 2 laps.
I would be surprised if this isn't our only attempt at overtime.
Gotta make it back to the white flag, Ryan, as we get ready. Gazzola leading us to green. We're back green. Gazzola gets away clean. Really good restart from Gazzola.
Here he comes off into turn 1. Gabe Gazzola leading the pack. Aiden Walker in second, and Harrison trying to get by second so he can go for first.
Ethan Harrison's got to make quick work of Aiden Walker if he wants any shot at Gazzola. Gazzola did a real good job of getting away as they fly down the backstretch.
Here comes Harrison on that back bumper of Aiden Walker. Not quite enough.
They've been pushing the 93 down the backstretch. Here comes Walker and Harrison.
What will Walker do and what will Harrison do as we get off turn number 4 right behind Gabe Gazzola? The white flag is in the air and it's waving here at the flag stand. This race is official.
Run for Aiden Walker.
Big run for Aiden. Gabe didn't do a good job of trying to break the toe. Walker's going to try the long way around. Hasn't worked for him.
They're both going to push.
Harrison into the wall. Into the air goes Harrison.
Walker with damage.
Here comes Workman.
Can Workman get a run?
It for Gabe Gazzola.
Can Workman run down Gabe? Walker trying to get around Workman. Gabe watches as chaos happens behind him.
Can Walker...
Gabe Gazzola in the 87. Workman able to get around Walker. Here comes off of 4. Gabe Gazzola is going to
One last shot, perhaps. He's got to run.
Here comes Workman. Not going to be enough. The Crystal Designs Indy 250 goes to Gabe Cazzola.
Gabe Cazzola steals the lead late in this race, and he goes out victorious. What a finish.
Definitely a wild one. Hate it for Ethan Harrison, the way that he put on a show tonight, but what a win for Gabe.
Gabe Cazzola, not a guy we talked about a ton, but he managed to hang around up there up front, and when the iron got hot, he knew when to strike, and it was right there. He gets it done. He wins the Chris Lilly Designs Indy 250, and he has $50 to celebrate with after tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty much what we said it was going to be. Things got tight. Things got aggressive. Sucks for the 77, but that's just how the cookie crumbled. As Gabe Cazzola is going to try to burn it down here. There he goes. Light that thing up, Gabe. There you go.
As Gabe Cazzola celebrates the big victory, we're going to take a quick pause and go to commercial. When we come back, we'll have interviews with your podium drivers, all of them taking home a cash prize tonight. Your winner at Indianapolis is the A7 of Gabe Cazzola.
America, it's time for a gut check. If the Founding Fathers saw us huddled in our little cocoons, texting each other smiley faces, they'd hang their powdered wigs in shame. When our idea of danger is eating gluten, there's trouble afoot. Yes, we the people have gotten soft, and all the likes in the world aren't gonna save us now. But one thing will.
Welcome to the place where we speed all day, where we bump and grind in a non-sexual way, where scores are settled and we break the rules, and everybody's got a set of badass tools. Get some NASCAR in your life.
Hello, glory, goodbye, strife.
Welcome to the place that we call home, where meats are grilled and you can bring your own, where everyone's welcome and we all belong, even my friend in his American flag thong.
Get some NASCAR in your life.
Hug your kids and kiss your wife. You want Billy and Sally to learn about math and science? Send them to the school of NASCAR. They'll thank you for it. Sure, everybody in NASCAR gets a trophy as long as they win the race. Did you know that less than 10 miles from Sonoma Raceway you can go wine tasting? True story. Welcome to the place where your beast is free, like the rubber hooves of a tire stampede, where men and women compete together, just like they did back in the 18-nevers. 200 miles per freaking hour, 700 freaking horse freaking power.
Neck and neck, they're battling down this last stretch. Off from it takes Harvick from the checkered flag.
There's Harvick, Logano, and Hamlin and Newman. Keselowski, Dale Jr., they're all superhuman. Jeff Gordon, Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, the Bushes, and maybe Jimmy Johnson will come back and kick some tuchus. Hello, glory. Goodbye, strife. You've got NASCAR.
NASCAR makes its triumphant return to NBC Sports on July 4th weekend.
And we're back here at Indianapolis with our post-race interviews. Starting off, our winner from tonight's race is the 87 of Gabe Cazzola, and we got Gabe in the booth. First off, congratulations, and how does it feel to be $50 richer tonight?
Feels incredible. I was not expecting to win this thing when I got in here, and it just somehow worked out.
Well, it was a hell of a drive from you tonight, and you hung around up front the whole way. It was just incredible. What was the racing like out there?
Racing was insane. I mean, the cars, honestly, I didn't get as much draft as I thought I was, but it was a pack race a lot, especially right after a caution. So we were 3 wide so many times, so close to other people. Like that pass for the lead that got me the win, I didn't think that was going to work, and somehow it just stuck.
Yeah, for sure. Chase, Ryan, Brad, anything you guys want to say?
Yeah, Gabe, we what really won you the race there was that last restart. Take us through the waning laps here as chaos ensued behind you.
Well, I mean, on that restart, I was just trying to get the biggest jump possible just in case they wrecked again, so I wasn't going to get passed right away. Because I thought I could pass someone back if they passed me. I just needed the time. But I don't know what happened, but they kind of got like stuck behind me. And then into turn one, when Aiden got side by side with me, I just had to send it in as much as I could. And then, of course, they just wrecked behind. So at that point, I was just saving, making sure I didn't wreck myself.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
definitely.
you were on about 20 lap old tires on that final restart. Did you have to kind of feather it a little bit, or were you just flat out on that final restart, no worries?
The first turns 1 and 2, I was flat out, but 3 and 4 of that first lap and the last lap, yeah, I had to let off even with the 20 lap older tires on clean air.
Brad, you got anything to say to our winner, Gabe Cazzola, before we send him back to victory lane?
I don't think so.
Take that as a no.
Well, congratulations,
Gabe.
Gabe. Before you go, anybody you got to thank for this win?
Got to thank Rivers and Justin and Steven, who were also in this race because we were in the call together. That was just a lot of fun. It's fun to have a lot of people to race around. So
yeah, for
sure. Thanks to Chris Lee Designs and Blake Walker. You are now $50 richer, as we'll let you get back to the 87 team in victory lane here at Indy. As I accidentally moved myself back to the waiting room, let's talk to our second place finisher, Ethan Workman.
Ethan Workman, we got you in the booth. You know, you were my pick to win tonight, and it looked like for a long time you're the guy I beat, but that speeding penalty really messed you up. How'd you still recover to finish second tonight?
Well, I just pretty much got lucky from that yellow that came out. I think a lap or two later. I don't know who caused it, but that pretty much saved my race. I probably would have finished probably a lap or two down if that yellow did not come out at near the end.
Yeah, for sure. And you had an incredibly fast car out there tonight, and were making a lot of good moves. How was the racing from behind the cockpit?
Well, on fresh tires, I feel like it's pretty good, but like when you're evened out with everybody, the draft isn't as good as it used to be in these cars. So that really didn't help at all. But overall, I think I had a fun race. I kept it clean without having a tow, without having damage or anything like that. That's pretty much all I'm proud of this race.
For sure. Well, you're going to walk away $10 richer as well with that second place finish, thanks to Blake Walker and Chris Lilly Designs. Do you have anyone you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Oh, after that great second place finish, I'd like to thank Ancient World Gaming, who represent me, and I'd also like to thank Howling Wolf Auto, my team. Really good team, and pretty much my P2. I was just lucky to get there at the end.
For sure. Well, we'll let you go here, and congratulations on the second place finish in the Indy 250.
Thank you.
We'll go back to our third place finisher now. That is the 93 of Aiden Walker. Led a lot of laps tonight and was very competitive through the middle section of the race. Unfortunately, at the end, things just didn't go your way. How was the race tonight from your point of view?
It was good. It's just it was really hard to make the second lane work in like the IRA team, which I ran 200 laps that last night, so it was kind of still in my head to like, oh yeah, let's just try the second lane again and maybe try and make it pass. But it was so like you couldn't really make it work most of the time, so you're more just stuck on the bomb, kind of just hang it down there, and then not to include this car had like zero draft anywhere, so it wasn't like you could get much time if you had like a bad corner things, which yeah, you still can't get too much with the IR 18, but it was a fun race at when you get like a long run, but like the short runs were kind of just besides like the initial start, it was just kind of a pain until like you got to that long run point where the tires started equaling out what was happening things. So overall, it was a good race. It's just really wanted to win this and things. So
Well, Aiden, we saw you spin earlier in the race from the lead. Talk us through how it took to get you guys back from spinning and being backwards onto the racetrack, back up to battling for the lead, and how you overcame adversity here to finish third.
Pretty much just getting that lucky caution under the pit stops because I was pretty much kind of just shuffled back after that and things. So it was kind of just needing some kind of just good thing to happen, which it did, and kind of worked my way up now that I think about it. But once that caution came out, once I made my pit stop, it really helped and things just to get up there and into the front and things.
Well, Mr. Walker, congrats on third and $10. Thanks to Blake Walker and Crystal Lake Designs. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight before we let you go back to your team to celebrate your podium finish?
I don't know really. So
Fair enough. We'll let you get back to the 93
Alright.
team.
Thank you.
And that was Aiden Walker. That'll do it for our interviews. And we'll take it back up to the GGR blimp. Chase and Ryan, even Brad, if you guys have anything you want to say about this race, go right ahead.
I think it lived up to what we expected, Jay. It was wild. It had everything that we thought it would. Strategy, a lot of wrecks, a lot of passes for the lead. It was hot. It was slick. It was wild. I think it lived up to the $50 I gave out to the winner.
Ryan, you have anything you'd like to say?
He has stepped out of the booth.
Oh, that is my fault. All right. And a little bit of celebration there from someone, I believe. Let's have a look at our final race results here. Our winner, Gabe Cazzola in the 87. The 01 of Ethan Workman coming second. Aiden Walker third. And down to fourth was Brandon Thomas, who had quite a wild night. Stephen Maggio comes home fifth. Max Steinmeier sixth. Rivers Jones seventh. Luke Mahone comes home eighth. And rounding our lead lap finishers in ninth was the 28 of Brad Sawinski. After that in 10th was Ethan Harrison. AJ Hyder in 11th. Nicholas Budemlick, our pole winner. He also won $10 with the pole award tonight. He comes home a disappointing 12th, unfortunately. 13th, Jason Marshall. 14th, Nick Short. 15th, TJ Lear. 16th, Hunter Collier. 17th, Justin Rott. 18th, Ryan Barone, who also joined us in the booth after his incident. 19th, Ryan Doherty. And 20th, Ryan Kame. 21st, we had Logan Hartman. 22nd, James Bomar. 23rd, Pierce Maffett. 24th, Jonathan Maynard. 25th, Slade Beast. And a couple non-starters in Logan Shore and Connor Shafari. That'll do it for us at GGR TV.
Before we end tonight, I just wanted to thank Crystal Designs and Blake Walker for the purse, GGR TV. Jay had another blast up here with the booth, in the booth with you, as we prepare for Martinsville. Will be the next GGR race next Tuesday night, as the trucks are off this week. So,
yeah, of course, and just want to say likewise to you and reiterate what you said. Thank you very much to Chris Lilly Designs and Blake Walker for putting on this prize and sponsoring this race. And all the drivers who showed up tonight. Ethan Harrison, of course, the owner of GGR. And everyone who watched here. Chase, thank you for being here. And looking forward to the next time we come out here and do this. That'll do it for GGR TV. This has been the GGR Chris Lilly Designs Indy 250. Hope y'all have a great night.